There we go. Okay, we're good there.
Although YouTube's come through.
Thinking about that, I need to move you again in a minute anyway, because I need to put the other screen up somewhere. Right then. Right. Right then, let's get that clicked there, and let's go.
I'll make sure I can hear myself.
Yeah. You definitely should be able to, mate. I've already unplugged everything. So we're going. That's the one I'm after.
Yeah, that's all good.
Oh wow, the chat's going to come under there. Okay. The thing is with that, it doesn't. What I'm after. Right. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, light my fire. It's time to set the world on fire. Howdy, hi. What about ye? Right, let's pick up there. Okay, so we are good. Week 10, Jakey. This is a fucking record, right?
This is a dizzy height.
It's a record. Champion sound. The only cack thing about this week, look, without like putting a down on it too much, me and Jakey just ain't really fond of the international week when the Premier League's on.
I'm glad it's KO, I'm not gonna lie.
Jakey being a Man United fan, obviously. I've just noticed actually that neither of us are in our team shirts. You've got a Torquay United shirt on, which is your team, granted. Got a good win in the end as well, didn't they? Last game.
They won they won 3 on a bounce now. 4-0, 2-1, 4-2.
I'm keeping an eye on them just purely because of talking to you more than anything, mate.
90th-minute winner on the last home game.
Yeah, I saw it, mate. I saw it. It was on the news. In the news.
Crowd went ape shit.
Crowd went ape shit. Crowd went wild. What was I going to say? Yeah, so we don't really like the international week too much, do we, mate? Let's be perfectly honest. It couldn't have come at a better time for Man United. I think we'll get into Premier League stuff when we get to the results slide. We haven't really got a hell of a lot of welly, shall we say, for tonight's show, just purely because, well, everything we want to talk about will probably be talked about. Well, we'll talk about bits and pieces this week, obviously, but I find that it disturbs not only the Premier League, mate, but it disturbs our running of our show as well. Like, it's just a pain, isn't it? Like,
it's just like we have everything all set out, ready, you know. All
yeah, we've got like 7 slides.
Yeah,
we've got 7 slides that are sorted every single week. I've just got to change the colours, find a bit of decent information, whack it on the slides. This week I've had to go, well, I can't have that slide because there's no point. I can't have that slide because there's no point. And then I sort of like threw my toys out of the pram. I'm like, I fucking hate International Week. Do you know what? I can't even be bothered to find any interesting news because it's probably going to be about the Premier League, and that isn't even on this week. So we'll have some interesting football news like we did last week on next week's show. So we'll save some good stuff for that. Hopefully by then it'll have a few bits and pieces. I think the only thing probably we should mention at some point tonight is this kerfuffle that's going on with Jamie Vardy and Colleen Rooney. It's not really Premier League.
Rebecca Vardy, isn't it?
Is it Rebecca Vardy? Sorry, mate. It's not really Premier League related. It's more wags. Monkey brought it to my attention. God bless his. God bless his 8 pounds.
I did spot it. Well, I saw it. It's quite hard not to be honest.
Yeah, it's everywhere in it now.
I couldn't give a shit to be.
Nah, do you know what, mate? I heard it on the radio, right? And all I got was like Jamie Carragher was on the radio, yeah, and all the host said was Team Vardy or Team Rooney, and Carragher was like, "Well, I'm gonna have to go with Team Rooney because she's a scouser." So yeah, I mean. I can't even be bothered to get into it, to be honest. It's fucking nonsense, isn't it, really? Who cares? Who cares? I mean, yeah, I don't care. I'm not gonna even bother. I'm not even gonna bother.
Some newspapers involved, so that's enough not to bother with it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother, mate. Yeah, whatever. So anyway, getting down to the football. So what we decided to do, well, what I decided to do, sprung it on Jakey. I'm good at doing things like that. Because I forgot to send Jakey the slides this week as well, and that's not necessarily that I forgot. It was more I was just finishing work. I got knocked off a bit early, and I'd logged off the internet and everything, and I was like, shit, I hadn't sent Jakey the scenes. Fuck, I hadn't sent myself the scenes. Well, I still had the emails open, so I was like, right, fuck it, I'll just email them to myself. Which is why Jakey didn't get to see the scenes. So luckily, Jakey messaged me earlier, and I said, oh, we're gonna do a little well, let's show it. Me and Jakey, we're gonna fucking put ourselves in the manager's seat. We're gonna be England managers tonight, aren't we?
Yeah.
Eh? That's what's going on.
Really nice to be the England manager. They keep turning me down on Football Manager.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised.
In fairness, I was in League 2 at the time, so. And then they didn't sack their manager after the World Cup in Qatar. I was disappointed.
So we're going to pick our England team tonight, Jakey.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not? Now, this doesn't need to be... This is our team, Jakey. Okay, so...
It's our team.
Yeah, so if we was in charge... Yeah, I'm just moving you slightly to the side so I can actually still see potential messages coming through. But I need to be able to access this screen to be able to add text. Add new source. Text. Add source. Oh my, why has it gone that way around? Okay, good. I think it's the right way around now. See what it says. So let's first of all, Jakey, go for our goalkeeper. Now again, this is our team, Jakey. Okay, so if we was in charge, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, when's England's first game? Is it Friday?
Friday, I believe. Oh, I got it up in there. Yeah, Friday. Way to Czech Republic.
What time's that on?
2:45, 10:45, 8 o'clock, something like that.
On Friday.
I've only just. I can't remember. It tells me there's like a count.
Well, I say live.
2:45.
2:45. I say live. I can get it. Yeah. Muff eggs. Fuck off, that ain't the same.
Or croffins.
Huh?
Or croffin.
Croffins? What are they having? What are they having?
Excellent.
That's already a thing!
That's what I said.
You get them from McDonald's if she ever bothered to go.
Only up until half-10.
Can't get crump eggs till then. Say again, sorry, Jakey.
Only till 10:30 in the morning.
Only till 10:30, yeah. Right. So yeah, this is our team, Jakey. So we're on Wednesday night now, right? We've got to pick our team for Friday. All right. Now this can be anything of what we believe should happen, who we believe is in form, right down to obviously a little bit of a debate between each other because we're both managers. No one's higher than the other. So we've both got to pick this team together.
Yeah.
Okay. So our goalkeeper, right, for Friday night. Who are we going to have? So I presume the three that are in the squad.
The three that's in the side is Pickford, Pope, and Henderson.
So this is Dean Henderson of Sheffield United.
It is indeed.
Right. So and Pope of Burnley, right?
Yeah.
Mate, they're also doing fucking awesome, aren't they? Burnley are doing really well. Where are they at the moment?
I opened the table. Which tab's got the table?
I want to say
Burnley
6th.
are 7th.
Wow, man, that's pretty decent. Now, I remember last season they done a similar sort of thing at the very start, didn't they?
They started off quite poor last season. They had.
Was it last season or the season before then?
last season they had the Europa League. They sort of
That's right.
yeah.
It must have been the season before.
Season before is when they finished up 7th, I think it was.
Yeah,
The flying season.
Yeah, they started awesome in that season. Okay, so who are we going to go for in goal then, mate?
So I
Why is
believe
it going
just
that way
beforehand,
again? Okay, we're good.
just beforehand we had I told you I went a bit mental and picked 3 teams.
Yeah. So Jakey got told literally about half an hour ago and come up with 3 England teams, which is brilliant.
I
That's why we
showed
love
you them,
Jakey.
and I said, I picked 3. One team was what I reckon was going to be picked. One team I'd like to see picked, and one that was a bit out there. My choice of goalkeepers, I reckon, was between Henderson and Pope. So I
Who
picked
should we
for
go for?
a bit dodgy season.
Yeah,
I would quite like. I think Henderson's younger. Henderson's 22. He started off well, so I would possibly maybe go with Pope.
I was just
sort
about
of
to
let
say,
Henderson have his experience in the team.
if we was in like around the round table at Wembley right now, I'd be saying to you, look, I think Pope, Pickford and Everton are doing poorly. Would it knock Pickford's confidence? Who cares? At the end of the day, this is a dog-eat-dog world. Burnley are doing very well. Pope, I think, has been on the fringe anyway. Even on the World Cup, I think that he had a strong chance to be our number 1 keeper.
No, he was in the team for the World Cup.
He was in the team, but he wasn't.
It was last season he got injured right at the start, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was in the team for the World Cup, but he didn't get a pick, obviously, because Pickford was in pretty decent form himself for Everton.
Yeah, I think if
Pope's
he
been on the fringe.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, and it definitely shows he's a very good stopper, which is
The
pretty
one
good
thing
considering he only come in because Heaton got injured. He was only found because Heaton got injured.
And I got to be honest with you, as much as I like, what colour should we do this? Should we do it red? Let's do it red.
Just pop up in the top corner.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and figure out how to make it bigger. Bear with me. I might have to just, oh, there we go, font size. Okay, and can we make that go? Alright, that'll do. Okay, so we're going with Pope. Oh, we're going to have to make this a bit big. Too big. Okay, so we're going to go for Pope in goal, yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like that needs a background. Background.
I don't know if it is for your thing, but the pitch isn't quite central on the screen.
Yeah, nah. I couldn't fit it in, mate.
Fair
The
enough.
thing I use for the slides is very, very temperamental. It's an online. It's a free online website that I use for the slides because obviously I do it when I get like a bit of time at work or whatever. So sometimes the images when you load them in, they don't centralize. So basically, it was either way too big. And we didn't have any like lines or anything for the goalkeepers.
Just a green line,
or
background.
Yeah, or it was like ridiculously too small, so I had to kind of like cut a bit of the pitch off at the bottom. I just thought that that's probably the best way to go. We can read that, can't we?
I can read that. I can read it on both.
I just wish that it.
It looks for my YouTube on there. It looks a little bit pixelated, but it looks really sharp on my Twitch. So. I mean, it's all on Twitch, no offense on it.
Yeah. Twitch is the man. Background opacity. Oh, there we go. That'll do, innit? Right, let's put that above my head.
Oh, yeah.
Right, we can see that now.
My Twitch is slightly ahead of my YouTube. I mean, my Twitch
is slightly ahead of Twitch. Your Twitch is slightly ahead of your Twitch.
My PC version of Twitch is behind my mobile version of Twitch.
Oh man, don't you just hate when that happens? Okay, so we're going for Pope. Now, formation-wise, Jakey, obviously we didn't need to go into formations for the goalkeeper, so let's just let's discuss this now. So, are we gonna go with your typical Indian? I don't think we're Indians. Are we going to go for the typical sort of England formation of a 4-5-1? Effectively, is what we usually play, isn't it? Or a
I think it's more
4-3-3,
referred
isn't it?
to a 4-2-3-1
4-2-3-1.
or a
Yeah,
4-3-3 where the two wingers are sort of more in behind the striker than out wide.
It's kind of like how I play on FIFA, mate. Like almost like a left forward, a right forward, and then a
Yeah.
proper striker.
So when I was picking my teams, I did originally have the 4-2-3-1, but I did sort of switch it up so it's more forwards. I think Sancho and Sterling are pretty good at running in off the striker.
I agree. So we're not going to go with 3 at the back, no?
That's a bit of a spoiler. No, I think that was more.
No, not 3 at the back. Okay, so let's do this. So we now know that we need
2 defenders, 2 centre backs.
2 centre backs. Right. Oh, what are you doing up there? Okay, so C-bit. Wait, what the fuck is that doing? Cancel that. Why is it changing them both? No. No. No, Mr. Computer, my Bob. Why is it changing them both? Right, okay, I'll tell you what, we're done on
I reckon Pope would be a solid centre back, you know.
We'll delete that. I don't think that you're telling the truth there, Jakey. Why is that not removed? Remove. Okay. Right, so let's try it again. But we're going to add a new source this time. Because that just did not work. The only problem with this is it means that the strikers, the colours might be slightly different. Might be a slightly different red, but let's go with it. So CB, and we want that. It was about there. No, a bit redder than that, isn't it? Let's go with that. Right. Go with the black background, opacity 100. Right. So centre back number 1, Jakey. Who are we going to go with? So we've got the choice.
We have of centre backs are.
I'm excited.
Michael Keane, Harry Maguire, Joe Gomez, Tyrone Mings, and Fikayo Tomori.
Okay, and we only want 2 of these, don't we?
And we only want 2 of these.
Say it again. What's the matter, mate?
Are you talking to me then?
Yeah. Say that again.
What was I saying?
The centre backs.
Oh, right. So centre backs are Keane, Maguire, Gomez, Mings, and Tomori.
Keane, Maguire, Gomez, Tomori, and Mings.
Tomori, yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, mate, and say that I know this is madness because obviously it's the first name that's come to my head out of those 5. But I would like to put Mings in. I don't know how you feel about that, gaffer number 2.
So
can we rule out Keane straight away?
I was ruling out Keane straight away.
Excellent. Right, so Keane's gone. Yeah, so Keane's gone. So we've got Mings, Tomori, Gomez, Maguire. So we got to put Maguire in, haven't we?
So when I was doing it, I was thinking more on the tactical side of things. So the 2 I said was Maguire and Tomori.
Okay. So we'll go. Let's put Maguire in.
But I was thinking more on attack because centre backs sort of sometimes have their preference whether they play on the left or the right, and I think Maguire and Mings both left-sided.
Right.
Which is why I didn't want to put them both in the same team.
Okay.
Obviously, if you're putting a dream team together,
doesn't make
I would
any
say
difference,
Mings
does
and
it?
Maguire, yeah.
So let's go.
Yeah.
So we're agreed on Maguire being probably Guire in it.
Yeah.
So we're agreed on Maguire for a start. So let's agree on Maguire. All right. I haven't changed the font of that, but we'll just put it in there anyway. I'm not actually going to be able to. I might have to bring the right back a little bit further forward so I can actually see where I'm putting him. Because I can't see where I'm putting him because of your camera in the way. But any old who. So, and we're gonna go for who? We're gonna go for? Who's the other one?
I think the two options are Mings and Tamori.
So I'm gonna go with Mings, mate. I think he has been outstanding myself. Yeah, happy
Yeah.
on Mings.
No arguments.
Winner, chicken dinner. Centre back. And what we can do after this, Jakey, is we can go through what we think Southgate's team's going to be, because I think it will differ to ours. But what the fuck does he know?
Yeah, we're the England managers.
Tonight
we're the
we're
ones
the
paid. Like, yeah,
tonight we're
loads
the
of money.
managers. So fuck you, Southgate.
We
Thanks
know
for
better than anyone.
thanks for the
Thanks for the
World
World Cup,
and
though.
all.
Yeah.
Right. Oh shit. What if I moved? I think I can probably bring these a little bit more forward anyway. Okay. So we're happy with those two. Mate, I gotta say, mate, current form, I'd say that both of those are probably England's best centre halves anyway. I personally think
I think Maguire is definitely. I think last week we were talking about our best. Well, the last one we were talking about our best pairing.
we were
And
both
we were saying
Mings should
Maguire
be in.
and Stones.
Stones.
Well, we said Maguire and Stones, didn't we? And then
Yeah, because Stones is injured.
Made his first game for Man City in that in Norwich game, and yeah, so it's the Stones have sort of dropped back a lot now.
True that. He's not in the side anyway, is he?
He's not even called up now. I think he's still coming back from injury. I think they
Yeah.
rushed him back.
Yeah, same. It's because they're struggling, mate.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later. Right. So now, shall we go with the? Let's go with the left back.
So the left back options are Ben Chilwell and Danny Rose.
Ooh. Oh, I'm actually quite interested to see where we go with this one, actually, mate.
For me, there's only one option.
Chewy?
Chilwell.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean,
Happy days.
Tottenham has conceded 10 in the last 2 games, and I don't know. Actually, I don't think Rose has been a part of one. I don't think he played against Brighton. I'm pretty sure I saw Ben Davies playing.
To be honest with you, mate, I'm a big fan of Chewy anyway. I think we've both
I
expressed.
really like Chilwell.
Yeah, I think we've
he's really
both
good.
expressed our love for Chewy. I used him for ages last year, mate. I used his inform card on
So did I.
FIFA
I think-
for ages.
I think
we both had the
got
same
him,
one,
didn't
didn't we?
Didn't I get him? And I was like, yeah, he's really good. And then you got it, and you're like, yeah, he is.
Yeah, I really liked Chewy last year on FIFA. I don't know what he's like this year, admittedly. Not.
It's Chilwell, CIL.
Oh, I missed the L. What a sausage feeler. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Next up, I'm gonna have to delete all these text bloody things after this, you know, Jakey, because I've got we're gonna have 11 of them in it. Right back. R to the B coming at ya like Cleopatra.
The two options are Trippier and Alexander-Arnold. I think
They're both in good form, but it's got to be
they're
Trenty,
both.
innit?
It's got to be,
It's got to be
surely.
Trenty.
I probably wouldn't recommend putting the full Alexander-Arnold in there.
We're
I
gonna go with Trent.
Fair enough. I was going to say, when I did mine, I just put Alex Arnold because I couldn't be asked to type the whole thing.
I'm going with Trent. It's shorter again.
Even shorter.
Sorry, Alexander Arnold. We know your real name. We just
Can't be asked to type it.
yeah. Me and Jakey are lazy as sin. Right, mate. That is a good back four. In current form,
Solid back four.
That is a good back four. I like that.
That's a very strong back four.
It's a shame no one else is in it to argue
I
with us.
know. There's 5 watching on YouTube.
Oh, is there?
Well, what do people think of the
What do
back
people
four?
think of this back four for England? They're probably Welsh, mate. That's why. Probably Welsh boys, isn't they?
Why would they be watching football? Rugby's a national sport, isn't it?
That is true. They won today as well, didn't they?
I don't know. I think so, yeah, actually.
Yeah, I think it
They
was on
smashed
this
like
morning.
Tonga or something, wasn't it?
No, they just about beat Fiji.
Was it Fiji? Was it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
They were 10-0 down at the start.
No, England had to play for Tonga. I haven't followed it.
No, I haven't, to be honest, mate. I usually follow the
I
World
just
Cup
did the
for...
results.
Yeah, I usually follow the World Cup for rugby, but I haven't this year. It's because I don't care for it, mate. I like, obviously, supporting our national country, but, you know, I just can't get excited about... I can't get excited about rugby. It's not for me, mate. Right, are we going
I watch it and I have absolutely no idea what's going on, so...
Oh, big man, throw ball! Are we going for a CDM?
I would say 2 central midfielders are more holding and then 1 advanced.
Okay, so we're going to go for 2 centre defensive midfielders, yeah?
Sort of yeah.
Or do you want to go CM?
I think they're
Call them
probably more
CMs?
CMs, yeah, than CDM, yeah.
Okay. CM options?
So the CM
Obviously not the
options
advanced
we have.
options, the more holding / midfield options.
So this comes down to how you would view the players.
Okay. Okay, give me them all and we'll try and separate them if we agree on the separation.
So the centre midfield options, well, the midfielder options are Henderson, Barkley, Rice, Winks, Mount and Maddison. I would say Barkley, Mount and Maddison were more attacking. And Henderson, Winks and Rice were more holding.
I'll agree with that. So we've got 3 on either side, so we can only have 2 of the holding. So we've got choice. Is that right?
Yeah, 2 holding. So I would. So
we've got the choice out of Henderson, Rice, and Winks.
I personally would choose Rice and Henderson.
Yeah, I was just about to say Henderson's got to be in there.
Henderson has to be in there. I think right,
skipper.
So he's England's captain is Harry Kane.
Okay, let's come back to skipper.
Still haven't picked the striker yet. Got to pick the full team.
Yeah, and then we'll choose our captain afterwards. We're not there yet. Getting ahead of ourselves.
I think I must admit I'm a Man United fan, and I think Henderson is one of the most underappreciated England players.
Do you know what, mate? I'd have to agree with you. I don't think he's the most influential player in the whole wide world. Don't get me wrong, but I do think that England is a different side without him.
I think it's underestimated. I think he is a lot more influential than people think.
Yeah, I agree, mate. And I think you have to know football, I think, to be able to see it. It was the same with Arteta at Arsenal, mate. When Arteta was at Arsenal, right, he dictated everything. So he dictated how fast we attacked, how slow we attacked, whether we were going to go patient, whether we should conserve our energy, whether we should hold the game out. He dictated everything just by the way that he was playing.
Arteta was probably the most underrated Premier League footballer for.
Do you know what, right, mate? After he come to Arsenal, I've seen the guy live quite a few times, like 3-4 times, and I'd have to say I massively agree with you. I think Arteta he's so intelligent. He was, mate. I mean, he was at the back end of his career when he came to Arsenal, but I still think that
he was definitely a very clever player, and he would make a very good manager. I think is he still assistant at City?
He is, mate. Yeah. He dictated everything, mate. Everything that Arsenal did, you could see it was dictated initially by him. He is massively underrated in my opinion, and that's not because he was an Arsenal player at the end of his career. It is because he just generally is underrated. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant player in my opinion. Okay, so centre mid. We're not talking about Spain. We're talking about.
He never got capped for Spain.
I know, mate. That's insane.
Fairness,
they had a good squad at the time.
Playing, let's face it, you're not going to drop Iniesta and Xavi for Arteta.
And then you had Fabregas as well.
Fabregas, yeah, and
David Silva
Busquets was just coming through. David Silva was, I think he was overlooked a lot until he come to City.
Fair one.
He was a sort of unknown.
Cazorla played quite a bit, mate.
Cazorla, yeah.
Yeah,
there was a lot
I think
of
that
players
Arteta was in the wrong time frame, wasn't he, for Spain? Sadly for him. So we're going to go with Declan Rice. I mean, I'm still also a massive fan of Declan Rice. I think he's a quality
He's a
player.
solid player.
Really,
Very good.
really like him. I tell you what, mate. After watching that Man United Arsenal game, McTominay fucking reminds me a lot of Declan Rice.
Unfortunately, he's Scottish.
Yeah, he is. Probably a good thing for Rice, to be honest, mate, because probably a good thing for Henderson, because could you imagine McTominay and fucking Rice?
McTominay and Rice coming through that team at the same time.
That would be insane. Like, I don't think there'd be much room for Hendo. Like, no disrespect to Hendo, but those two at the moment are on really good form. I mean, at the moment, I think the only two players playing for Man United, we'll get to Man United properly in a minute, but the only two players playing for Man United at the moment, in my opinion, because I watched that game on, it was on Saturday evening, wasn't it?
Sunday evening.
Sunday, yeah. So I watched that game on Sunday, and the only two players for me, mate, that are constant and consistent at the moment is McTominay and James, and they're your youngest two players, or majority youngest. You know what I mean? Like McTominay's what, 20 odd. James is 18, 21, 21,
21, I think. James was like same age as me, I think.
When do you think that you've
Wasn't
got?
McTominay?
When do you think that you've got?
I thought actually Maguire was really good.
I'll take it. Yeah, Maguire has been pretty solid, to be fair, mate.
He missed a sitter, but that was sort of like.
Yeah, that was the header, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
James is 21.
But yeah, mate, I think we'll get to that anyway. We'll get to that.
That was it. Yeah, McTominay is 3 days older than me.
He is decent, mate. He is a decent player. He's one of those, your typical sort of holding midfielder, gets involved.
I reckon he's definitely got a very good future behind him.
I do, mate. And if United carry on the way they're going, 3 points off of relegation. Right, we'll get to United later. Sorry, Jakey. You know me. I'm not trying to annoy you, mate. Because I can imagine if it was Arsenal in this situation, mate, I'd be fucking livid right now. So we're going for a cam, yeah, rather than anything.
A cam, yeah.
Right, and our three cams, Winks.
Our 3 cam, no. Barkley, Maddison, and Mount.
Fuck me, mate. That's a hard one. Right, let's disregard Barkley straight away. Now, there's nothing against Barkley.
I think Barkley's a very good player.
I do. I just think he's really unfortunate with what's coming through at the moment.
Yeah. I think Mount and Maddison are miles ahead of him.
They're hungry. They score a lot of goals. And they are just generally very consistent. Now, for me, mate, this is fucking hard. Right?
It is so hard. Neither of Maddison or Mount has started an England game. Mount come on as a sub for both of the last two and looked really good. But I personally would choose Mount. I don't know about you.
I would go for Mount just purely because I think on current form, Mount is having an absolute blast. Maddison is not far behind him, don't get me wrong.
He's not far, though.
It's a shame that we maybe couldn't flick up the formation a little bit, but we can't really with the fact of playing Chewy and Trent, in my opinion. I think if you're gonna, if you do what I'm thinking, which is one holding midfielder, and then put Mount and Maddison in the same team as cams, I think the problem you've got is who you pick for right and left wing, and we wouldn't want our fullbacks coming forward too much because otherwise Henderson or Rice is going to struggle to cover both sides. So unfortunately, I think we have got to only go for the one. I agree with that. I agree with Mount. It's just a shame that we can't get both those two in the squad because that would be amazing.
I think the problem would be is if we try in England. Well, I say England. It's basically mean put both of them in the same team, even though it doesn't work like they did with Scholes, Lampard, and Gerrard. And
that's exactly why I don't think we should do it. It's just a shame that we
can't
can't do it.
Got two really good, promising centre attacking midfielders at the same time.
Again, but the thing is, though, mate, is that I'm sure, not necessarily the central positions, but well, I suppose you could even argue, mate, like you've got a few coming through as well. You've got Willock, who's pretty much a regular starter now for Arsenal. I don't think he's as good as Mount and Maddison, in my opinion. No. Which, again, is a shame because you look back through the years, mate, Willock, I'd say, is probably as good as any... Well, he's as good as Barkley, I'd say, at the moment.
I think Barkley I think Barkley does fly under the radar quite a bit. He's quite an important player, but when the last 2 fixtures he started both of them, and I thought he slowed England down too much.
I agree, mate. I like Barkley. I just don't think he, in my opinion, I don't think that he plays to the way that Southgate wants to play.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that he definitely plays well for like a Chelsea side. Well, I say this Chelsea side. This Chelsea side's very fucking good, considering he hasn't bought anyone. But you know, like the Mourinho era and stuff like that, a Barkley would be ideal. You know, slowing play up, because that was a Mourinho trait, wasn't it? He wasn't an out.
I think Barkley's a creative midfielder, and I think so. That was one of the things we needed at the World Cup, was we didn't have much creativity in midfield. And that was where Barkley sort of come into the fold, because we didn't have Mount, or Maddison hadn't made the step up. I mean, Mount was still out on loan.
I think that Maddison might have been
was
injured.
in the Championship. No, Maddison was in the Championship.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I can't remember who he was at. Let me have a quick look. But he was in the Championship before he come to Coventry. So
Yeah, that
he went
sounds
from
right.
Coventry to Norwich, then to
Norwich, yeah.
He was on loan to Coventry this the World Cup season, so that would have been League One.
He's very good, mate.
He has definitely made a good jump.
Mount is quality as well.
And Mount is really good.
We got some really good players coming through. Even at the back. Even at the back, mate.
I mean, Tomori is outclassed Zuma this season, and Zuma's been in the Premier League for 3 or 4 seasons now.
Where's who's that fellow that plays for you lot that played left back against Arsenal?
Tuan Zebi, I believe he's eligible to play for England. I don't know if he's declared or anything, because he can play for Congo as well.
Right. Well, I tell you what, mate, he's another one. He looks phenomenal for such a young guy. He was probably your best player in the first half against Arsenal.
So he has played youth football all the way through for England, so he might even...
So you'll probably end up playing for England,
yeah.
Probably. We're not going to obviously go out, because I think Iwobi was the same, mate. I'm sure he played for England all the way through, and he's decided to put his allegiance to Nigeria now, hasn't he?
He was born in DR Congo as well, so... I can't see sort of... Yeah, No, I don't think... I can't see where parents or anything, but I imagine he can play for England. Well, he definitely can play for England.
Yeah, well, he's in the setup for the youngsters, isn't he? So
yes,
must
but
be
it depends on whether he gets a chance or not, which at the moment is going to be a struggle.
Yeah, mate, it is, because of Mings and Tomori. Because I know he can play. I know he played left back, but he's generally a centre half, isn't he?
He's a centre half. He's much better at centre half. I thought. Well, we'll go into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Right, let's go. Staying in the data, so we're going to go... Are we calling it a left wing?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. So, left wing, I mean, I'm presuming we're both agreeing on Sterling here.
So, well, for the winger options, looking at the team, we're probably looking at Rashford, Sancho and Sterling. I think Maddison can probably play on the sides, and so can Mount, but I'd more stick them to the sides.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like to call those two wingers. I think they're definitely better going through the middle.
And I think that, well, there's only 2 options really from that.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, Rashford, but you are terrible at the moment. We'll get into that.
We'll get into that.
Sterling.
So on the left is going to be Sterling, and sorry to rush you, but on the right is definitely Sancho.
Yeah, no worries, mate. You're not rushing me at all. That was pretty much what I had in my head.
I was going to say, I think they were the ones that stayed in all 3 of the teams that I picked. They're the only 3 that was in all 3. Only 2, I mean. Out of those, 1 other person. Actually, there was 4 people that were in all 4 teams.
4? 3?
4 people that were in all 3 teams.
Tell you what, mate. Sancho's another one.
Sancho is going to be if he continues the way he's going, he's looked really good for England. I haven't seen too much from him from Dortmund this season, but I know he started off strongly.
He's fucking brilliant, mate. He is so skillful.
Man
We've got
City,
so many good players coming through as well. Obviously, in this team, we still haven't got Foden. What about Foden?
No, Foden, that's another cam.
Another left winger, that new boy that is playing at the moment for Arsenal, Bukayo Saka, mate. He's got a fucking good future ahead of him.
As well.
Hudson-Odoi. I think that our winger options is extremely good at the moment as well. It's probably one of the most exciting England teams and below for a while. What they've been doing in that youth academy is pretty impressive, to be fair.
Let's see if I can find the under-21s.
Right. Now, I've got a funny feeling if there was people watching that we're going to cause some controversy here.
I don't know.
Right. So, who is our big man?
The man up top.
The man up top. The man
So,
up top. What's our options?
Striker options are Harry Kane,
Harry Kane,
Callum Wilson, and Tammy Abraham.
Oh, Callum Wilson's in form as well.
Yeah. So we had a quick discussion before we started.
We did.
And we agreed.
We agreed.
And at the moment, with Tottenham out of form, personally, I don't think it's down to Kane. I think it's more down to his supply.
Yeah, I agree.
But at the moment, the banging form striker in the Premier League as well is Abraham.
Gotta be.
And that's who I would put up top.
That's who I'm going with. Abraham. He is looking sick, this boy.
He is looking really good. I think he got unlucky. Oh, we got a comment. Wayno, what is happening here?
We are picking our starting 11.
This is our starting 11 for England, indeed.
What do you reckon, Wayno? We might get some comments now. This is what we're going with. So, should we go back to Hendo and give him the skipper's band?
And then we can go back to Henderson now and give him the captain's armband that you very nearly spoiled our striker option by.
Tell you what, mate. Why have we not got the England job? Oh, Wayno. What do you think, Bo? Tell us your thoughts and processes. Just take a while to sap it in. Right?
Oxlade-Chamberlain was not called up to the England team.
Wait. Let's just backtrack a little minute. Right?
Sorry.
Who the fuck are you going to put Ox instead of?
Exactly.
Henderson? No. I'm sorry, Wayno. Ox isn't in the squad because he was injured at the time. But even so,
I think he's back fit, but he's not. I don't think Has he started too much for Liverpool?
I don't think he started. He's come on a couple of times, I think.
Come on a couple of times, but I think with the midfielders we picked, there's not really space for Oxlade-Chamberlain at the minute.
Even if he was fit and in the named squad, don't get in there, Wayno. You don't get in there. Sorry, mate. It's all about Hendo and Rice because we need that protection for the back four so that our front four can just go off and do their stuff and strut their stuff. Dude, for the sake of it, please let Harry get an inform. Oh dear. Harry who?
I'm assuming it means Kane. I don't know.
Screw Harry Kane.
Kane will get picked, you know it, even though they have played shit. To be honest, I reckon Kane would definitely play because...
Yeah, how's it going, Aberdeen Angus? Welcome to the stream. Sorry.
He's our captain.
Oh, yeah, we're going to go through now, Aberdeen.
So this is the team that we would pick.
So this is our team, yeah? So this is what we would pick. Say, for instance, this is basically what we said at the start, yeah? So if me and Jakey were sat at Wembley, right, around our Knights of the Round Table... Yeah, and we were in charge. We were the manager, and we said, "Oh, I know he's captain, right? But if we were in charge, as much as we might get crucified by the press, right? If we was in charge, this is what we would pick. Due to current form, this is our team. I agree with you. So we'll go through who we think will be picked. So goalkeeper Jakey, we want Pope. I think we're both right in the understanding that Pickford's probably going to get that spot, isn't he?
Sorry, I'll...
The goalkeeper.
There's no doubt.
Goalkeeper.
Yep. Pope. So yeah, this is what I reckon we would do is have Pope in goal if we were in charge, definitely.
I see where Wayno's going with Maguire. Thing is Mason been a fucking baller. He has been, mate. He has been insane. Good old Mason Mount. Why isn't this going down? There we go. Mason has been in full. Oh yeah, mate. They've been quality. So we think. So what we think Gareth Southgate will do is, I think Pope will be Pickford.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So left back, I think would probably stay the same.
I think the left back would stay the same.
Centre backs. I mean, it's a tough one. He's
It's
picked
a tough one.
Keane both times, isn't he?
I have a feeling he may stick with Keane.
I do
to
too.
keep the partnership going.
I do too. I think that'll be Maguire and Keane. I think. What's that? Hardy. Oh, Vardy. I think. Thing is, Vardy's not in the squad, is he?
Retired from international football.
He's retired.
From international, yeah.
Since when? The start of this season.
I don't know when it was.
Vardy's retired.
Yeah, I believe so.
I was gonna say because he's not part of the squad. I know he's not part of the squad. I didn't realise it was due to retirement though. Wow, he's only just started.
I think what it was.
I know he's old, mate, but
he knew England.
What a melon, right?
I think he knew England wanted to start bringing through a lot of the younger players.
So he's kind of like put himself out of the
sort
equation.
Of like I think he didn't get picked for a team because he was in bad form or whatnot, and he was just like, I'll just sort of stick with the club for the moment.
Fair enough.
There's obviously an option. I imagine there's an option if there was problems, and he would, yeah, of course I'd come up and.
Yeah, but I think you're right.
But yeah, you're right. He has been
Kane.
on absolute fire.
He has been brilliant. He has been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, Aberdeen Angus. You're not wrong, mate. So you've got Abraham, Kane, and Wilson. And I think all two of those have been very good. I mean, Wilson's been very good as well. I mean, even if Vardy was available, I think that you'd struggle there because Wilson has also been very, very good. And he did have a chance. He was like due to go to what about that rookie Uruk Hunt? Oh, I see what he's done there.
I was waiting to see if you picked that up or not. That was what I laughed at a couple of minutes ago.
I want to see what he's done there. That's not very nice, DXM. B is mad. Oh, just putting this in, and I'm annoyed I packed. Oh yeah, he's gone out of packs, hasn't he? Oh, what a wounder. Yo, Sancho and Sterling could the next dynamic duo. I tell you what, Sancho
they look
is
really
quality.
good together for the two.
Wilson's brilliant.
For the last two fixtures, they've looked really good together.
I feel sorry for Wilson because he was actually on the cusp of the World Cup team. And he got injured.
He missed out for injury, didn't he?
Yeah, mate. Literally injury. There's so many strikers that have had that problem, mate. I remember Jay Rodriguez when he was playing for Southampton.
Jay Rodriguez, he would have come up to the was it the Euros?
Euros. He was playing absolutely outstanding.
He was on fire. He was
got
one of the best
injured
players
like
in the
literally about 2 weeks prior to the Euros starting, and he never got his chance. Wilson the same. I'm glad Wilson's come back in great form because I think he's already he's been on the cusp before, but due to injury didn't get to go. So it's nice to see him in the squad. Yeah, you got me, buddy. You got me. You got me. You're a clever guy.
I think Wilson was fallen unlucky that he's such a good striker and he's come up at the wrong. I don't even think he got much under 21s or anything like that.
Did he not? That wouldn't surprise me. So we reckon Maguire and Keane. So left back probably stay the same. Right back, I'm sure he's going to go Trent. Surely.
I think he will definitely have a debate. It depends on how he wants to play. Because I think I said this beforehand. Trent's really good going forward, but he's not the best at sort of holding.
I agree. Yeah.
On the defense, obviously we're playing Czech Republic and Bulgaria, so maybe for Czech Republic he might start Trippier.
Yeah, Wayno's right with that. He's just naming like the two youngsters for Wales at the moment, which is James and Harry Wilson. They're both looking very, very nice. They are.
There's a Torquay-born player in the Wales team. Kiefer Moore, born in Torquay.
Wait, hang on. Kiefer Moore's playing for Wales?
Yeah.
Shut the front door.
No.
Mate, I've played against Kiefer Moore.
You play?
I have played against Kiefer Moore, mate. Like, as in, like, real football. He is a very, very good player, mate. Very good player.
He played for. We had Torquay had him on loan for about a month before he went to the championship. Scored 5 goals in 4 games.
Yeah, he's a very good player. He's so big, mate.
He's 6'5".
He's tall and he's quick. For a big guy, he is quick. He's got great feet as well, mate. He caused... When I played against him, mate, I don't usually have too much of a problem. Like, when I'm playing centre midfield, I don't have too much of a problem with many players. Like, you know, there's obviously players that I know that are better than me, but I generally give them a fairly good game. This guy minced me, mate. Like, proper minced me. I did not know what to do with him. I challenged him hard. I took him down a couple of times. Nothing stopped this prick. He's a very, very good player. Hats off to you, Kiefer Moore. If you do ever watch the show, you're a good player. You probably don't remember me because I wasn't worthy of being remembered because you made me look like mincemeat.
Played for Paynton Saints in the South Devon League Division 2, apparently.
Yeah, that's true. Paynton Saints. Wilson is quite bad injuries, tore his ligaments twice. Yeah, it was really, really bad, mate. I'd say Wilson would have been there earlier if he hadn't had
I
the
just
harsh
had a
injuries.
look at Wilson. He got 1 cap for the under-21s, and he's got 3 caps for England with a goal. So, you know, that's how unlucky he's been in the time he's sort of come through.
Oh, Chewy, you love the big boys. Well, I did try, you know what I mean? Yeah, I agree massively with Aberdeen Angus on this one. I think I think Wilson's very, very good. It's a shame about his injuries. Let's hope he stays fit because he's got all the time Spurs are doing as shit as they are. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, if Wilson and Abraham keep on banging goals in and Harry Kane doesn't, there's got to be a point there where Southgate says, right, Harry, you know, enough's enough. We're gonna have to bring in one of these boys. Bring back Rooney. Let's not bring back Rooney. We played Rooney everywhere but up front because we wanted to play Kane, didn't we?
Yeah.
Terrible. You know, if Kane's the man, then Rooney shouldn't have played. But anyway, moving swiftly on. But let's not talk about Rooney. So, are we agreeing that Southgate's going to go with Henderson and Rice? I'd say he probably will do.
I can't imagine there being a better option in centre midfield than that. I think Winks has been Spurs' best player at the moment.
I agree with that. He got dropped, didn't he, on the weekend?
He played on the weekend.
Did he?
He was the only one that looked like he wanted to be there.
That's right. True dat. So I reckon he'll go with those two.
But I reckon those two are the best 2 options we got at the moment.
I can't see Winks playing in front of those two. We'll have to see what he goes with. Will he go with Mount? Because it would be his start. I think he'll go with Barkley.
When in my one that I said,
Rice baby. Aberdeen Angus is a Hammers fan, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah. He's been blowing bubbles.
I don't think he'll risk Mount for Czech Republic. We smashed them at home, but they are a team that's always you never know what's going to happen with them. I mean, they came out and I think they scored against us at the start, didn't they?
Czech Republic did, yeah. So Barkley, I think he's going to.
I reckon he might start Barkley because he trusts Barkley.
I don't. I trust Mount.
I would try. What does he say?
Well, this is our team, isn't it?
I reckon he might start Barkley. He may go for Mount. He may even surprise everyone and go for Maddison. You know.
You never know. That is a good shout. Right. So Left and right winger. That's pretty much been the
I
left
think
and
that's
right
nailed
wing.
on. There's no way he's gonna swap these two out.
I can't see it. All Aberdeen Angus agrees that he's with us on Mount. So that's another one. So that's 3 of us that say Mount over Barkley and Madison. Although me and Jakey did find it hard between Madison and Mount because they're both in really, really good form. And we are big fans of both of them. We've been big fans of both of them for quite some time. Them and Chewy. And Mings. These are players that me and Jakey have been talking about for a little while now.
Since the start of the season, basically.
Pretty much.
To be fair, I rated Mings when he was at Bournemouth. He was just unlucky with the. They had Ake, and obviously Cook's been there for years and is a solid player. I think that was where Bournemouth got unlucky with Mings. They tried sort of filling him on the left, but he wasn't as good.
Barkley, no. Mason all day. I don't think he'll start Mason, mate. I believe that he will go with Barkley. I really do. I don't think he should. I think Mount has been absolutely fantastic. And let's be fair, Mount's playing in the same team Barkley is. So he's been outshining Barkley. So I think that Mount deserves his chance. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The left and right wings, I believe, are going to be left and right wing.
They're nailed. They're nailed on, I think.
What's this, Ben? Sounded like Prison Break at first. I was like, wait, is she starting Prison Break? You're not, are you? Good chat, Ben. And Abraham.
I think Kane will start. Obviously, he's the captain.
Mings is okay, but I don't see him starting. Neither do we. We think that Keane will go with Maguire, but we would rather see Mings ourselves.
I must admit, I'd really like to see it tomorrow.
Would you?
Yeah,
I've seen the 100. Very good.
Absolute tank tomorrow.
I don't think I've seen him play. I'll have to have a look at him in a bit. And we don't think that Abraham's going to get there, do we? He's going to go.
I think he'll probably come on as a sub, maybe to the last 15 minutes or so.
Do you think?
Maybe get a start against Bulgaria.
Do you think that he will pull the Barkley off for Abraham and go with a 4-4-2 and break his system? Or do you think that he would do straight swap for Kane? Because I'm curious to know what he's going to do, because I believe that Abraham or Wilson should get 20-30 minutes against Czech Republic because of how good they've been.
Yeah.
Do you think that he'll break?
If he's going to start, if he's starting Barkley, I reckon if we're not winning, or we're looking like we're not getting enough up top, I reckon he might even squeeze Rashford in and for Mount and play Rashford behind Kane.
I don't even want to talk about Rashford. Not right now, anyway. We'll do that on the next scene. Okay, so I've just been asked a question here. Straight swap. You reckon it will be a straight swap, Aberdeen? I think it should be a straight swap.
I reckon it would be, but depending on what the score is at the time.
Yeah, I think it should be. I just don't know I don't think he should break his system, and his system works. So but the problem is can you ignore? So let's say that he doesn't do it, then he's effectively ignoring everything that Abraham and Wilson are doing at the moment. I mean, Abraham more than Wilson, and you'd have to argue at the moment.
Yeah.
I hope that we see Abraham against Bulgaria starting, but we'll have to wait and see. I suppose it depends on how the Czech game goes first. Okay, so Chewy, I know this is not the topic, but what's your thoughts on Emery and and Özil? So many think he should play. When you say so many, do you mean so many Arsenal fans or just people in general? Because if it's people in general, then they're just people that want to see Arsenal fail. Think he should play, and others think he should not. Where do you stand? Right, where do I stand?
Chewy really wants Özil to play every single game and put.
I know where you live, Jakey. If you carry on with that fucking attitude. Right. This is where I stand on the whole Özil situation, right? We can't get rid of him because no one wants to pay his wages. I want to get rid of him because all the time he's there, you've got this controversy hanging over Emery's head, right? I don't think Emery needs this. I think that Özil has been causing a problem in our dressing room for quite some time. Now, the reason I say this is because I don't for 1 minute think Sanchez, in his prime, when he was playing so well for Arsenal, would have left. I really don't. I think he was happy at the time. He looked happy. He was content. I think something happened, and I can only presume it's down to this lazy prick, right? I think he is probably one of the most overrated football players and overpaid football players in the Premier League right now, minus half the Man United squad and Spurs squad. But he is so overrated; it is unbelievable. I don't want him at the club. I think he's poison. I'm done with the guy. He's had one good season for us where he got like 15 odd assists or something like stupid. It was like the best assist ratio of the Premier League era or some cack. That's literally the only season he's played well. You need to sell Özil quick. He's a Sanchez scenario. He's worse than Sanchez, mate. He's worse because at least when Sanchez was there, regardless of whether the fact that Sanchez has wanted to go or whatever the fuck was going on, we wouldn't pay him enough money, whatever, he's greedy as shit, whatever the Sanchez situation is, he worked his arse off. For Arsenal, Sanchez was a world-beating player. That is why Man United wanted him. Yeah? He was fantastic. For Arsenal, he was
Man
terrible.
United, lazy as fuck.
He was terrible for you boys, mate. He was a completely different player for you lot. But right up until the day that he left Arsenal, mate, he played his socks off. That energy and desire was still there up until the day. Özil, for me, mate, has been trash for at least 3 seasons.
I think when Özil wants to play, he is possibly one of the best players in the world. When he
Yeah,
wants
but we
to
get
play.
like
But
what
that's like
4 games
once
a season? Yeah, it's not. We pay. Get
the
rid of
best
him.
game I think Özil played for you guys was when you played Ludogorets.
Yeah, Aberdeen
And he
Angus
basically-
has just said that we need to sell Özil quick. Sanchez scenario. We had to sell Arnautovic. He was another
I
bad egg.
think Arnautovic is a massive knobhead. He
Arnautovic is
played
a
till January,
proper-
got a new contract,
And then decided to go
just
anyway.
Gave up and started, yeah.
Arnautovic is, I think it is disgusting what Arnautovic did to West Ham. In my personal opinion, I think it's
I thought
absolutely disgusting.
I
I thought he was
rated him
happy
as a
then.
player.
Yeah,
I rated him as a player. He was really good, and then
I thought he was
the second we saw
brilliant
his,
at West Ham. He was brilliant at West Ham, mate. He got like 3 informs last year on FIFA, didn't he? Because he was doing so well.
good. But yeah,
Greedy fucker, and he deserved to be kicked out of the club, mate. He doesn't deserve to play for West Ham United. He doesn't deserve to play for a Premier League club with that attitude that he had. I think what he did to West Ham
he was
is
the same
disgusting.
at Stoke. In fairness, I think it wasn't a surprise when it wasn't.
He's
going
always
right
been a
at Stoke,
bellend.
it would just
Yeah, he's
it would
always
just
been a
kick
bellend.
off and start kicking people and.
Yeah, he's always been a bellend, hasn't he? Always. Okay, so what's Wayno said to my Özil point? He said, good point, but I'd put him in a cannon and fire him back to Germany. Fuck that. Fire him as fucking stick him on Mars, mate, in case I have to watch the prick play football again. Let him sit on Mars on his own. He could be as lazy as shit then, can't he? I want to watch players that want to play. This is the thing, mate. The Premier League, right? There is guys like, look at Willock, yeah? Ceballos.
I really want to see players that want to play.
Yeah.
It's a Man United
Ceballos,
fan. Not been many of those this season.
Ceballos and Willock, at least when both of those play, mate, they look hungry. They're exciting players. I believe that they show more of a creative style of football than what Özil does. When Özil wants to play, don't get me wrong, he's probably better than both those players put together. However, we only get those type of games from Özil a maximum of like 2-3 times a season. The prick won't even fucking travel, mate. That's how lazy he is. He will not play in Europe because he doesn't want to travel. He didn't even go to fucking Newcastle because it was too far away. Probably because he had to take a plane. I despise the guy, mate. And this isn't a new thing, right? Jakey will back me up on this. This has been for about 3 seasons. I have wanted to see the back end of that guy for about 3 seasons.
I can definitely confirm.
Him and who? Jakey? Jakey knows who I hate at Arsenal.
Your best pal, Jacker.
Honestly, Jakey, I will find you and drag you out of your basement. At least with Xhaka though, mate, he at least tries. You know, he's just not very good. You know, I ain't going to take Xhaka's effort away from him because he does try. It's not like he's not trying. He's just not very good. You know, he not as bad as Pyatt though. Yeah, Pyatt, that was another fucking disgrace as well. And West Ham seem to find the bad eggs, don't they? They've had a few over the time.
Pyatt was fucking quality.
He was brilliant at the time. Yeah, but where is he now?
He's
hardly doing anything. He's at Marseille, isn't he?
He went back to the team he was at when the team that West Ham bought him off.
Yeah, but he's not playing the best over there, is he?
But the thing is, he come to England, went to West Ham,
set the world on fire. Yeah, set the world on fire.
Again.
Yeah.
When he realised it was going to be a hard graft.
Xhaka's shit. You're telling me Aberdeen Angus, mate. Yeah, he's our club captain. He's our skipper. Do you know what, right? I wish there was a stat on how many goals he's assisted for the opposite team in the last 3 seasons, mate. Because at the beginning of the last season, I'm sure the first 5 games, mate, he assisted the opposite team in every single one of them. Misplayed. In fact, he done it twice against Leicester and both times to Vardy. I'm pretty sure they're best pals. He must go around there and play FIFA or some shit. He does my head in, but at least he tries. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, apart from ducking out the way for McTominay's goal, that was fucking disgusting as well. Oh, of course it was good of him, yeah. Wait, whoa, was Joe Gomez not picked either? No.
He was called up to the England team, but
the thing is, has he been playing for? Has he been playing for Liverpool?
I think
he's been Matip. They've been putting Matip in more than Gomez.
Matip's picked up an injury. I think Gomez played against Red Bull Salzburg.
Oh, did
then it was Lovren came in for the Premier League game.
Right, okay.
I don't know how much Gomez has played this season.
I'd have Gomez over Maguire. You guys agree? I mean, if we're going to go that far of getting rid of Maguire, then I'd say it'd have to be Tomori at the moment. I'm not disputing Joe Gomez at all. I'm just not. I think it's a hard one.
I think the problem with Gomez at the moment is he gets way too many injuries. He gets a run of games and then he picks up an injury.
At his best, man.
Gomez is really good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that at all, mate.
I wouldn't say he's better than Maguire.
Rotting at Marseille, good. He is pretty much rotting there, mate. I think he's like an 82 on FIFA this year, so he can't be doing that good. I'm pretty sure he was like ridiculous in that season that he had at West Ham. I'm sure he was like an 85, wasn't he? On FIFA?
I think maybe an 85 would have been what he got this season after his first season at West Ham.
Yeah, so that's my Özil rant over. Thank you very much, Wayno, for bringing up Özil. I always relish in telling you how... The thing is with me, right, guys, is as much as I am a massive Arsenal fan, I love Arsenal to bits. I'm a realist. So when Arsenal ain't playing well, I'm the first one to say so. Especially if they don't deserve to win a game, I'm also the first one to say so. Like the Liverpool game, for instance. Could have been a different turnout if Pepe puts his early chances away and Aubameyang. However, the whole way through that game, Liverpool were the better side. So would it have been fair for Arsenal to win that game? Probably not, no. But apart from that, I think, Arsenal have only lost to Liverpool this year. That's not bad considering who we've played. It's not bad. We'll see, going forward how that carries on. We've had too many draws, admittedly, but at least we're not losing. Like, we've played teams this season that would have beaten us in seasons past. You know what I mean?
Arsenal are 1 point behind City.
I know they are.
Yeah.
Which is... Oh, wait, what was this?
I was answering Wayno's question.
Wayno said Arsenal were getting results. To be fair, aren't you 2 points behind? We're only a point, we're a point behind City. Which is madness. Considering...
My favourite bit's the goal difference.
It's quite a bit, mate.
That's 16 goals
I
difference.
was going to say it's quite a bit. Thing is, though, is if they draw and we win, mate, doesn't matter about that goal
So it's
difference.
say.
I got to be honest, if that happens, though, if we end up second to Liverpool, one, it's 100% Liverpool season. In fact, I'm going to put it out there now. Liverpool are going to win the Premier League this year.
If they don't,
I'm already
What-
putting it out there.
if Liverpool don't win the league this season, at this stage, they should absolutely smash it. You know.
I think they're
If
gonna. I
Liverpool
think it's
don't-
Liverpool's, mate. I think it's Liverpool. We've covered it in a previous show, mate, saying is it Liverpool's year? And at that point, I don't think we were sure.
I think they're 5 points out, and I
think it was
let's
only
face
5
it.
games in, wasn't it?
it was something like that. 5,
Yeah.
yeah, 5 points, yeah. But I
Bellerin
think
and
if
Tyranny
Liverpool
back,
don't win it,
you'll do better now. I agree. Tyranny looks so good. He's played in the Europe games and he looks fucking brilliant. Bellerin, I'm not the biggest fan of Bellerin. Not in a horrible way. Going forward, he's okay, but he's terrible at defending. For a right back, he is pretty poor. But at the moment, it's kind of like we're makeshifting a right back because Maitland-Niles isn't actually a right back. Callum Chambers, we've put that boy out on loan more times than I can remember. So we're obviously not keen on playing Callum Chambers. So is he the best we've got at the moment? Yeah, he probably is, to be fair. So I'm glad to see Bellerin come back. I can't wait to see Tyranny. Maybe we should play Kolasinac on the right. See how that goes. Yeah. So that's our England scene done, Jakey. In fact, while I'm here, I'm going to remove all these. What are you doing, baby? You going to do what now? You going to go up and watch film? Okay. I shall catch you in a bit. Don't you? I'm going to remember that when I come up. I will beat you up,
I,
Dad.
I think you guys, Liverpool definitely have learned from last season. I'm just saying, if they don't win it from here, I think they should be considered more. Because Tottenham always considered bottle jobs, but I think if Liverpool don't, that's like what 3 times in the
Mate,
last
they
what,
can't-
5-6 seasons that they've sort of dropped.
What? How many points are they adrift? 16, is it?
They're currently 8 points clear, I believe.
8.
8 points clear.
That means it's going to come down to the City game. If City beat Liverpool, that closes the gap. But
If
I
Liver-
honestly
if
can't
Liverpool
see it.
drops some points, I mean, I think Liverpool were lucky on Saturday.
Yeah, I heard that they were quite lucky. To be fair, if
In
Liverpool...
fairness, they absolutely smashed Leicester, but because they weren't very clinical, I think they were lucky to get the penalty in the time they did. City got a lot of injuries, which I think is what's affecting them at the moment. Obviously, Laporte is a beast.
Yeah, they've lost
and
the
he's
ball.
out for the season.
That's where they're struggling, isn't it? They're struggling
But
at the back. The thing
This
is,
is
though...
definitely the best chance Liverpool have got of getting this.
thing is, though, mate, is if Liverpool now lose Van Dijk or one of those front three...
I think if Liverpool lose Van Dijk, they'll go back to having their defensive issue, especially if they still haven't got Alisson back.
I think that Liverpool will struggle. So what their main priority is at the moment is keeping him fit, and those front three. Because if one of those gets injured as well, like if one of those 4 players gets injured, well, not necessarily Firmino, because I think Origi can do a job. But if Salah, Mane, or Van Dijk gets a long-term injury, I think that there could potentially be an argument there to say, okay, now we'll see the character of Liverpool. Now we'll see whether or not they can or can't do it. If that doesn't happen, which I don't wish it on them for 1 minute, because at the end of the day, I don't want to see those 3 players deserve to be playing football because they're all 3 of them brilliant. So I don't wish injury on them. However, I would like to see how resilient Liverpool really are as a team if they lose one of those, because they're not. You guys aren't very depthy when it comes to those positions. So I think if anything happens to one of those 3, I think then you'll see whether or not Liverpool are resilient enough, as you put it, to get over the line. I'm hoping it doesn't happen because I don't want to see Matip and Gomez could be all. Van Dijk knits everything together back there, Wayne. If you put Matip and
Matip
Gomez,
and Gomez are a really good pair, but
yeah,
I
they're a
don't know
good pair.
if either of them has the communication that Van Dijk has.
I think
I agree on the luck point of view. You know, so sometimes though with champions they find a way to win, but they need that luck to get the win.
no luck. Jake, champions find a way. Well, let's be fair, Wayne. No, it's not luck, admittedly, right? But that penalty on the weekend wouldn't have been given without VAR. So in a sense,
It was given.
was it given
and
before?
VAR didn't overturn it because
Right, okay.
there was the contact. So VAR's just gone. Oh look, there's contact. So you know he went down because of the contact.
Right.
Whereas I think if they had the screens there, which we've already said, and
Massively
the referee
needs
would
it.
have seen that and gone, maybe not. I don't know. You never know. It's one of those where it could have gone
how's
either
it
way.
going, Flawless? How you doing, dude? Yeah, I agree with you, Wayne. Jakey. I think you say Liverpool find a way. What did they do to Henderson then to make sure that happened? Did they pay him? I'm
insinuating something here, Chewy.
I am not insinuating anything. Wayno has just stated that champions find a way. Yeah? Now that was a lucky, freakish goal, in my opinion, because he had an outstanding game and he was very, very unlucky for that ball to go through his legs, right? So, champions find a way. Did they pay him? Did Liverpool say, Henderson, if you let this in, you'll be a Liverpool player next year? You're right. If that's the case, Wayno, Liverpool do find a way. Moving swiftly on. We will see how the season pans out. But I'm going to put it out there right now. This isn't me digging at Liverpool whatsoever. This is me saying I personally think Liverpool will win it this year. I think they've proven enough so far. I can't see a reason why they shouldn't win it from this point. Hopefully they don't go all season undefeated because there's only one team that's done that, and I'd like that to stay that way.
I mean, hopefully they don't win it from a personal point of view, but you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I want them to lose at least one game.
Liverpool should win it this season. I reckon they will lose a game.
I think they will lose a game. I tell you why I think they will lose a game is because they are beatable. Napoli have beaten them. How did they get on against Red Star? Didn't they lose that as well?
That was Salzburg they played, and they won 4-3.
That's right, 4-3.
They were 3-0 up at half time. Did Salzburg equalise, or did Liverpool make it 4-2 and then Salzburg scored? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
But that is a case of, if it did get to thrill, that's a case of a champion's performance, getting that full free, getting that win.
Yeah. That's a champ. Yeah.
That was what I'd say more for a champion. Whereas the luck.
I think the biggest worry,
the keeper letting it through his legs and that.
I think the biggest worrying thing about that though is Red Bull Salzburg aren't exactly the best team in the world.
I think they played with passion and.
Yeah, but my point is if anybody goes and plays football against Liverpool and doesn't fear them, they have a chance. Yeah.
I think that was what. So I don't know if you saw that the manager.
Because Arsenal were negative as shit against Liverpool, like ridiculously.
I think that's where Liverpool have struggled over the last couple of seasons. If a team plays football and doesn't get scared of the pressing, the insane pressing Liverpool do.
Whereas Arsenal did. Arsenal let Liverpool play.
I think a lot of teams respect the pressing and try their best to. Sort of hold back and, but
so many years. I just want the
Liverpool won't tire out.
Wait, no, I'm not digging at Liverpool whatsoever, mate. This is not what I'm doing. I believe Liverpool will win the Premier League this year.
I think they will as well.
I think they've shown enough.
It pains me to say it. I think they will.
Yeah, I think they've shown enough to warrant winning it. I just fear for the fact that 8 points is a big old gap, but you could easily drop 8 points in 3 games' time.
If 2 wins and a draw, where someone wins 3.
horrible happens,
2 losses and a draw. I mean, if someone wins 3 in a row,
that's it. And if
8
something
points.
horrible happens to one of those front 2, 3, Firmino as well, or Van Dijk, I just fear that the curse will come back. Let's hope that doesn't happen, because it would be horrible not to see those guys playing. However, yeah, we'll see how they go.
I think it would be unfortunate if they don't, especially because you want to see the best team over the season win it.
So far,
And
they're
I
the
think
best team.
so far, Liverpool are head and shoulders above any other team at the moment.
Miles. I mean,
And that's coming from a United fan, and
certainly
it's painful to say it. Very painful.
Certainly, if Arsenal are going to be the team in second at some point. That's a joke in itself, isn't it, babe?
Couldn't even get past United.
Okay, so what we got here? This is our week 9 results. So this is where we can talk a little bit about the other business. Right. So we completely. By the way, I got smashed this week on points from Jakey.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was that big.
Oh mate, you smashed me. Royally smashed me. You picked up little points. You done an apex on me and picked up little points every fucking way, you little bastard.
As I say, I messaged you and I said I just shithoused loads of points. And that didn't necessarily get the right score, but got a point out of it.
Disgusting little urchin that you are, I tell you. Right. Trying to get the chat here. There we go. One more injury to City's back line and it's surely game over. I suppose it depends on how bad they are and when the fellas come back, mate. Right now, City are not good enough at the back. Right.
You've got a score wrong.
Have I?
Watford and Sheffield United was 0-0.
What have I put?
You put 1-0. I still would have got the point from it anyway, and you would have got a point from it, so it doesn't make any difference on the scores. But it was, yeah.
Sheffield United and Watford.
Yeah, it should have been 0-0.
What the hell have I done there?
I mean, the points are still right, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't really matter. Let's ignore it. That was 0-0, by the way, everyone. Right. So I watched this game, mate, while I was getting changed at football on Saturday.
What did I watch? I watched part of the second half whilst I was waiting to go to Torquay.
What is going on with Tottenham Hotspur?
I think that so there's always this thing about Pochettino, and I don't think it's Pochettino. I think it's
leaving?
The players that stopped playing.
But the thing is, then, if you say that,
and I thought,
is it not Pochettino that can't get the players to play for him then? So is it Poch? Do you see where I'm going with that?
I don't think it's Poch. I think it's just the players at the moment. I think.
So are we saying Poch is still the right man for the job? Because I agree that he is, Jakey.
I think
I'm obviously just playing
I
devil's
think they'll
advocate.
make a mistake if they fired him.
I agree massively.
It's easier to fire the manager than it is to offload 6 players.
To be fair, I did say Wolves will have that bus packed and ready. But, yeah, Wolves. To be fair, Wolves. I can't believe they beat City out of all teams this year. Yeah. So, what is going on at Tottenham Hotspur? I mean, inside, mate.
That injury 3 minutes in.
Oh my. Oh my.
Yeah. So where I saw that, and I must admit, I thought his career might be gone.
It was pretty bad.
He's what, 32, 33? Let me have a quick look.
He's getting on, isn't he? He's getting on. So if you don't know what we're talking about, we're on about the dislocation to... It is dislocated, it's not broke, isn't it?
I believe it was a dislocated elbow.
Yeah, it's not busted.
But, I mean...
Ligaments be fucked, though. That's the problem.
Ligaments are going to be fucked. There's going to be surgery. There's going to be... Well, obviously, with an outfield player, yes, that'll keep him out for a couple of months. But he's an outfield player. He can wear protective gear on his shoulder. You know, obviously, if it's in a sling, he can't run with that. But if it's like...
Yeah.
You know,
they could probably cast it up because they can play with casts as well, can't they?
Yeah,
or have they ruled that out now? Can you not play with casts anymore?
Oh, there might be something they can't play with anymore. But I know a Torquay player. It was a fair few seasons back now. Played with a broken arm.
I've definitely seen it before, mate. I'm just wondering if the health and safety nonsense is pitched up because obviously
A
If you clock
goalkeeper.
someone with that, yeah, you can't play with it.
Clock. That's gonna. But yeah, so
Like if you
I
go up
must
for a
admit when I
header and
saw
pop
it
them
and
over
they
the
went,
head.
that I wasn't sure.
I thought it was
Without knowing the
busted when I
damage.
first
I
saw
must
it.
admit, I thought when I first saw it, obviously the elbow was fucked, and I thought he may have even broken an arm or something like that.
I
And
thought
I
he
think
busted it.
with the way he fell and everything, that could be at 32. That could be the end of his goalkeeping career. Obviously, it's a dislocation. You know, they got to mend it and fix it, and he could still be back.
Yo, how's it going, mate? Welcome to the stream, Daz.
He definitely
Yeah, he could. He could be.
Uh,
But I'm with you, mate. I think that could be the end of Hugo Lloris. It could well be.
I reckon he'll come back, but he won't be the same. Nowhere near. He'll be too scared to jump up again. It can really affect mentally, I reckon.
And let's be fair, right? I hope he gets well soon. I hope he comes back. However, being his age, I'm not so sure he will. But let's be honest, Hugo Lloris has had a fucking good innings.
Oh, definitely.
World Cup champion.
I think he's unlucky not to be considered one of the best goal. I think again, you know, when someone comes through at the wrong time, and they play with such quality goalkeepers around the park.
I agree.
He's not unlucky not to be considered one of the best in the world, but you know,
he is a brilliant shot stopper more than anything.
Yeah, I know he makes the mistakes here and there, but what keeper doesn't?
The problem is when a keeper makes mistakes.
When a keeper makes a mistake, it's a goal.
Yeah, because they're the last line, aren't they? They're the last line. They've
well,
got no one behind them when they make a mistake. You think how many players make a mistake in a game, misplaced pass, whatever. Like, it happens abundance amounts of times. So when you think that goalkeepers make maybe one mistake in 4, should we say? Obviously, the best goalkeepers probably make about one mistake in 8. But you think how many mistakes are made by an outfield player in just one game. You can guarantee that a player will misplace a pass in exactly one game, every single game. You know, no player in real life football has got 100% pass succession for like 3 games running. Do you know what I mean? So that effectively is a mistake, isn't it? It's a misplaced pass, right? So you think about the best keepers in the world. They are on the top of their game so many times. So, yeah, I'm with you on that, Jakey. Right, hold on a minute. We're missing some here. Gazalinga not being pass. He's absolutely crap. Spurs are conceding so many goals.
I think one of the goals there was no way he was saving it.
Fire.
The second one, he definitely should have stopped the first shot that came in. But Gazzaniga, he actually played in League 2 for Gillingham.
Oh, wow.
Before Southampton signed him. he was... I did search him. I can't remember. Because I think I actually watched him play. Torquay would have played against him. But I never really thought he was that good. I think he's just an average keeper who's lucky to get himself a Premier League career. I reckon Spurs will definitely recruit a goalkeeper in January.
Wayno's kicking off about Team of the Week. Right, he's basically kicking off because he invested in a Pablo Sarabia card. Wants to watch. Plays for PSG. I think it's PSG. He invested in a wants to watch card, and well, he didn't get Team of the Week. So Wayno's sour, salty as shit right now. Who's winning the ICL this season? UEFA Champions League. Ooh, that's a tough one, actually.
Hard to tell at the minute. Real Madrid have already dropped points. Barcelona
I don't think Madrid will.
The best.
Barca are looking poor. I think PSG have got a strong ass chance.
PSG have got a chance, but they always bottle it in the quarters.
If they don't bottle it, though, mate, I think they have a big chance this year.
Liverpool have already lost one, but let's face it, they only just got through the groups last time.
Yeah, they lost every away game last year, didn't they? Even lost to Red Star Belgrade last year.
They lost to Red Star, yeah. They squeezed through on the final game, I think it was.
Yeah.
So it's
7 times. Come on now, Wayno. You're being a typical Liverpool fan now. Let's not do that.
if you want the league, I don't think you can focus on the Champions
I don't
League.
think you can do both. I don't think your squad's depthy enough to do both, mate. And that's
Could
not
even
being
look at
horrible.
Bayern. Maybe Bayern will get out there again.
I don't think they will, mate. I think that they played a Spurs team that is on the decline.
Yeah.
I don't think that Bayern are strong enough to win the Champions League. I believe they're too old.
If City give up on the Premier League, maybe City can go for it.
With their
Obviously, we've already
defensive
said about
issues?
the defensive issues at the moment and not having Laporte. But let's face it, they've still got January to go ape shit in the market. So, you know.
Florida's like, calm down, Wayno. Got to go on to insist, no inform. He's salty as shit, monkey. Careful now.
You never know. Maybe Chelsea could win it.
Real Madrid are garbage. You know what? There's
don't
not a
think-
bad shout.
I don't. You know.
I don't think they'll do it,
it's-
but you know, you've just reminded me that they're even in it.
Well, I think they lost their opening one because they lost the same time as Liverpool.
Yeah, because Liverpool lost to Napoli, didn't they?
Yeah, and they lost to Villarreal or Valencia, one of the two. Which one's in it?
I think it's Valencia. They lost 2-0, but that was at home as well. That was at the Bridge.
Yeah, so you know.
You should
But,
have sold
yes.
him earlier, Wayno. Wayno was like getting all excited earlier and sent a picture on Messenger to me of like Sarabia going up on the fucking Richter scale. And obviously Team of the Week comes out and it goes, you should have sold him earlier, mate.
Just kept hold of him and waited for the next one. If you got one to watch, he's going to go up eventually. He's going to get a Team of the Week at some point, surely.
Well, they're probably out of like feeling harsh for him, giving him one, wouldn't they? Can I time out this Liverpool? No, monkey, you can't do that, buddy. That would be really unfair. Right, let's have a look here. What we
Well, we managed to get to Tottenham.
Tottenham, right? Burnley and Everton. Bad news bears for Everton again. We did say that there's a good chance that Burnley could do this. I thought it'd be 0-0 just because. I was thinking that Burnley are hard to break down. I thought that Everton must come good at some. They're doing shite and all. There's a lot of teams that I didn't anticipate doing shite.
I think Everton seem to always underperform at the start of the season, and then because they usually.
Oh, they'll be all right, mate. They'll be all right.
They usually buy a fair few players, and they take a while to gel them in. And obviously, they bought 6 players in.
Sorry, man. Just reading the banter between.
Shit, I forgot about Juve.
Juve.
Just saw that. Juve,
Oh yeah, Juve.
I didn't even think of them. It just completely slipped our minds.
Juve's not a bad shout. Their midfield's looking sweet as a nut as well this year as well, isn't it? Anyway, I'm gonna. Do you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb right now, and I'm gonna say Chelsea. There we go. That's who's winning the UEFA Champions League for me this year. Chelsea. Don't look at that, Jakey.
I don't want to go out on the limb and make any predictions because let's face it, it's football and who the fuck knows.
That's why I'm going Chelsea.
Although, as we can see from our predictions league, I'm far superior to you at the moment. So,
Relegated? Come on now, Wayno. It's Man United. He's deleted it.
Man United won't get relegated.
Nah, they won't get relegated. They're not as bad as Watford. Okay. Liverpool versus Leicester. Obviously, that was 2-1. We spoke briefly about that. I think that again, it was quite. It was could have gone either way. I think is the best way to put that one.
Yeah.
This one I did not
opposite.
see happening, mate.
I was not when I heard the score.
I had to go and look for myself.
I heard because obviously Torquay were playing at a time, and there were people saying, "Oh, Villa are 4-0 up," and I'm like, "Wait, what? They're playing Norwich, you know?" I was like, but some of the goals that Villa had scored, fucking insane.
Yeah,
Hurahan, he played for Plymouth as well. Hurahan, didn't he?
Conor Hurahan did, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen him. I've seen him live. I've not played against him like Kiefer Moore,
goals.
admittedly, but
He scored in all 4 the top 4 divisions in England. With that goal, Louise scored another brilliant goal.
that's the Douglas Luiz, yeah.
Douglas Louise, yeah. Wesley scored 2. Missed a penalty as well.
Who's winning the Euros? What, the Euro Millions or the Europa League?
I believe he's meaning the Euros next season.
Oh, Euros next season, eh?
There's a lot to go on that. You know, Portugal did the Nations League.
I think it's hard to predict that right now because we don't know yet, do we?
You
Depends
don't know
on
where
injuries,
the
players.
injuries, players, and it's in different countries as well, so you can't even go.
Yeah, it's all over the shop, isn't it, this year?
Yeah.
I think that's a tricky one, mate. I think
France should win it.
They got a very good side, France, didn't they? I think it's a tricky one. I see England doing all right, but I think that's a tricky one. I don't want to go out on a limb right now.
Germany were bad in the last one, but they're surely going to step up this time.
Let me wait and see at least until we know for sure who's qualified.
Everyone's always strong.
Holland are going to be back in it, surely.
Yeah. You know, so it's going to be a wild one.
Let's wait on that one, I think. Let's wait on that one. All you're going to hear is it's coming home. I fucking hope it will. It'd be nice. Maybe we should do a Euros. Maybe we should carry it on doing the Euros. That'd be quite good, actually, wouldn't it?
It'll be a few weeks.
There's always controversy. There's always some team that throws its toys out of its pram, and
there's always a surprise in store.
Always a surprise. We could even do like our best players of the first round and stuff like that.
Team of the round, yeah.
Team of the round. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? Picking our best players of the.
We should probably do our player of the month as well for the Premier League. Who we reckon is?
We probably should actually, because I think our vote would be worthy of more worthy than what some of them are. But that way.
To be fair though,
Abraham's in there this year.
August would have been Pookie.
Yeah. Well, he's the one that got it anyway.
I want it anyway. Yeah.
So who's the votes at the moment for? Do you know? Abraham's got to be one of them, surely.
I don't know actually. I haven't really looked.
Got to be Abraham, Mount, Madison. They've all got to be up there, surely. Is there any defenders you can think of that have had particularly good months? Defender never fucking gets it though, does he?
Matip won PFA Player of the Month, but EA Sports won the vote. Alex Arnold.
Fair one.
Aubameyang, De Bruyne, Mahrez, McGinn. I think that's Pereira.
Leicester, yeah.
Oh yeah, Son and Wilson are on the EA Sports one.
Fucking hell, mate, that's hard. That because those forwards.
De Bruyne's had a beast of a month.
De Bruyne's done well. That's a hard one, mate. Because
McGinn's been really good.
McGinn's been brilliant.
Let's face it, it's the EA one, so it's a popularity contest. So it's going to be between Alex Arnold, Aubameyang, and De Bruyne, I reckon.
I got to be honest, though, mate. I think that is a hard one because Aubameyang's scored quite a lot of goals this month. He's had a really good start to the season. Wilson's had a good season so far, and a good month. De Bruyne's had a fucking fantastic month. Thing is I don't like seeing them because the team of the week, De Bruyne, would be like way out of my price range to even fucking do it anyway.
I would say personally, I'll go for De Bruyne.
I think it will be De Bruyne.
Well, that's my personal pick for Player of the Month.
Give me that Trent. I don't think it'll be Trent. I think it'll be De Bruyne.
Well, as I say, it's a popularity contest. If the Liverpool fans get on there, it might well be.
Mings would be decent. I wouldn't mind a Mings. Nice centre midfielder.
Centre back.
Sorry, Mings. Yeah. McGinn I was on about.
He's centre midfielder, that is.
Yeah. Mings.
Where is McGinn from? He's Scottish.
Scottish.
So him and McTominay are currently partnering each other, I suppose.
I wouldn't be able to afford fucking Team of the Week. I can't afford the normal card, let alone Team of the Week. Team of the Month, even. Sorry. Right, where are we at? 5-1.
5-1, yeah.
Didn't see that coming, mate. I really didn't see that coming at all. 8 games, 8 assists for KDB. Oh, that's insane. That is insane.
Let's say.
Will Neymar leave PSG? There's massive talks about the Neymar leaving PSG, isn't there?
I think I've said this many times. I reckon Neymar is the most overrated player in world football at the moment.
I think he's shit, mate. I don't rate him at all.
He plays well, but yeah, I don't think
He's
he
a
cares.
greedy cunt as well, isn't he? Right, I don't want to talk about him anymore. Watford versus Sheffield United. Apparently that's 0-0, not 1-1. That's my bad. West Ham
I
versus...
thought with that one, Watford actually had 3 very good chances to score. 2 were saved by Henderson, and 1 Andre Gray put it over the bar from about 3 yards out.
Pablo Sabrina should leave PSG. Oh, he's only just got there, hasn't he?
He's only just got. That's why he's got the one to watch, isn't it?
Yeah. What are you talking about, Willis? West Ham versus Palace.
That was a
2-1
cracking game
Palace,
from what I
yeah.
saw.
Seems.
From what I heard, anyway. I didn't see it actually.
I'm pretty sure I watched this game.
I don't remember. No, I didn't watch it. I would have had the National League game.
Saturday afternoon. Did I watch it? Did I put it on after football?
That was the evening.
No, I didn't because Em was poorly over the weekend, so I didn't watch it. So I had my kids Saturday evening, so I stayed at home, so I didn't get to watch this game. Arsenal Bournemouth I watched. Yeah, it was fairly dull to be fair. I thought Arsenal were the better team in the first half. Bournemouth come back into it a little
Bournemouth
bit in
had
the
a
second.
couple of really good opportunities from the highlights I saw.
Yeah, they did, mate. I mean, Arsenal could have. Well, Pepe could have put it to bed himself, but Boyaka.
Closer. He's getting closer to the goal.
Yeah, he's getting closer. Boyaka Saka had a good game again. Yeah, it was just Bournemouth are one of those teams that usually causes immense problems. So we scored the goal earlier on, and we just protected it really.
I think the keeper was unlike. I think he was just in the wrong position. If he was in the right position, I reckon he would have saved it.
It wasn't the best header, mate. I'm not going to dispute that.
No. But I mean, it went in. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. It wasn't like it almost grazed his shoulder, I'm sure. Man City and Wolves. Now, I didn't watch this game because obviously I was watching the only game that's important at 2:00, and that's Arsenal versus Bournemouth. I can't believe this result, mate. After the start that Wolves have had,
and I sort of, as I say, the Man United drew, and they drew a Man United. I think Man United could have won that game.
I was so surprised when I saw this result. I really was. I'm really chuffed for Wolves, to be fair, because they've actually this could give them the confidence to go on. However, let's just have a look at the teams that have beaten City and the curse that follows them. Just look up to Aston Villa's result there.
Norwich haven't won since they beat City.
No, I know, and that's the thing. So could this be another decline for Wolves? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. What's this? Pablo Sabrina should leave PSG. He will dive his way out of Paris. That Man City game, crazy. Man United are shite. Oh dear. He's got a point. Southampton, Chelsea got the job done pretty easy there, didn't they? I know it went 1-1, which I was quite surprised about, but then they ran away with it in the end, didn't they?
They ran away, yeah.
I didn't watch it because there was only one game that was important on Sunday at 2:00. To me, anyway. That was Arsenal Bournemouth. Newcastle versus Man United. I watched this game, Jakey.
So did I. I put myself through 90 minutes of torture.
Monkey was listening to it as well, and I was talking to Monkey and just briefly on Messenger and that. And Monkey couldn't believe what was going on. He's like, please tell me Rashford ain't going to take this free kick. He did, and it was terrible. I think he did take the free kick, did he?
It was Pereira took it straight into the wall.
Oh, right.
I think I think it's been a bit unfair on Rashford at the moment. Yes, he hasn't scored, but there's no one's feeding him.
He just doesn't seem as clinical, though, mate. I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying. Now, I think there's one of two things here, mate. In my opinion, right, with Rashford, because you don't become a shit player if you're Rashford overnight. It's it's like the whole Torres situation. Torres was unbelievable at Liverpool, went to Chelsea and took fucking forever to get off the mark. But you don't become a shit player overnight. It just doesn't happen. Now, I personally think that either United have brought him back too quickly from the injury, and he's still not 100% fit.
I don't think he's 100% yet. I think he's still.
You can see it. You've got to stop playing him then. And he's playing 90 minutes, mate. It's not like he's getting 70 and getting a
Yeah.
bit of time. He's playing 90 minutes every fucking game.
That's what. Yeah.
I don't disagree with what you're saying at all, Jakey. I agree with you 100%, mate.
So
that
the Newcastle
Rashford
game,
is being stung with United's problems,
Yeah.
and I think that's
I think a
wrong.
lot of people are wrongly saying Rashford's the problem.
There's
I
more
think at
problems
the
than
moment-
Rashford in Man United at the
I
moment.
was going to say, Fred again. What did he do apart from be outplayed by two brothers that have a handful of Premier League appearances?
No, I said he always wants a free kick, even though he didn't take the one at Newcastle. All right, fair
I
enough.
reckon he should have had that one at Pereira. I wanted to give him a chance, and so far this season, well,
Do you know what? I thought Pereira played all right.
he runs around well and he passes the ball well, but he doesn't create anything.
But then the United didn't create anything, mate. They were
I
side to
think-
side to side, backwards, side to side. It was so poor, mate. It was...
Yeah. As again, young defensively, what's the point in him being there? Attacking, he had a great chance to shoot and he just passed it to the defender.
You see my
To
face right
NCB
here, Man United fans, right?
Tuanzebe and Maguire looked really good in defence, and Man United conceded when Tuanzebe went over to the right hand side and Rojo come in because Dalot picked up an injury.
Yeah,
I
the
think
goal
Rashford
was...
definitely needs to rest the game out from
The goal was... I remember Monkey saying it to me, right? It felt like it was slow motion, is what Monkey said. And do you know what? I was watching it, and I could
saw
see
it.
it. I could see it happening.
I
and
could
I'm
see
like-
it going. Second they started breaking them, like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I could see it
And,
happening, mate. And as soon as that
Pereira played them
Maximum...
on.
Yeah, Pereira played him. As soon as that
Ma-
Maximum went running
I
at
thought
your
he was
defence,
insane.
he was brilliant, mate.
In fairness, though, he was running it young for most of the game, so it
But
takes
he-
it down a little bit.
But
But
for
he
that
looked
goal,
really
mate,
good.
for that goal, he runs straight at your centre half.
Oh yeah, he just ran. But Rojo again.
Yeah,
Rojo's
I
just-
agree, mate. I agree.
Pereira played on Willems by really badly. You can tell he's not a defensive player. And then that Longstaff, it was Matty Longstaff. He had a shot in the first half which hit the bar, and I thought if he gets another chance in this game, he's putting it in the net, and well, he did.
Mate, that goal
Nothing,
was it was a good goal
De
as
Gea
well,
could have
mate.
done.
Nah, mate, it was a good goal. I'm
I felt
surprised.
sorry for De Gea that he's got to play with this shit.
Yeah,
I
mate.
think as
I
I
was
say,
surprised
Fred
at-
would. Yeah.
I'm surprised at the time that it wasn't Maximum, it was Willems, wasn't it? I was surprised he actually dragged it back that far. I didn't expect it to be pulled back that far, as in like set him up, because he was on the edge of the 18-yard box, and Willems, I believe it was Willems that had the ball at the time, was like on the 6-yard sort of line.
No, I think he was a bit further out. I think he was on the edge of the area when he played it back. I can't
Oh, was
remember.
he? I thought they were almost like
Let me pop it
in
up
on
quick.
goal, but maybe not. I was surprised that he pulled it back so far, but it's a great finish.
That was a fantastic finish. Actually, he was running at Fred, and Fred just sort of stood away from him.
Wasn't it from a United corner?
Oh yeah, he was just inside the just inside the area, and the ball was passed back to the edge of the D.
Yeah, I was quite surprised.
He ran at Fred, and Fred just sort of stood there and looked at it.
Was it from a resulting corner? Was it from a resulting Man United corner?
me find
I know it was something. I know Man United had possession at the time of the break.
I'm just sort of. It must have had some sort. It must have been a corner because Pereira and Rojo were the two furthest back.
I'm sure it
Oh,
was,
my
mate.
word. I'm just watching.
It's terrible,
pissing
isn't it?
me off even more. Rojo and Pereira just sort of stood off and left Willems on there. Well, Rojo left Willems on his own.
Yeah, Williams was completely free on the
Dan
Man
James
United's
had to
right.
come back and try
Newcastle's
and defend.
left.
And obviously, he's not a defender. Did Fred just like he stepped? Oh my!
It's terrible, mate. You don't want to watch
I
it.
don't remember how bad that was.
Mate, it was awful
Fred ran
defending.
into him. Fred ran towards him and then just sort of went, I can't be arsed with this.
It was awful defending, mate.
Fred cost Man United £56 million and he got outplayed by Matty and Sean Longstaff, who cost Newcastle nothing and have about 12 Premier League appearances between them. Fred cost Man United £56 million.
For anyone that doesn't realise, that was a salty Jakey.
That was an assault. It's just depressed.
Depression, yeah. Disappointed. And Monkey's in the same boat, to be honest. And do you know what, right? I'm obviously not in the same boat because things are looking all right at the moment for Arsenal. However, I am baffled at the moment, mate, with what's going on at Man United.
The thing that gets me...
I'm baffled at what's going on at Man United. I'm baffled at what's going on with Tottenham Hotspur because they're two teams that you'd expect to be up there. When you look at Chelsea, who have had a transfer ban, right, and Lampard's gone in there, and he hasn't even, let's be fair, been expected to do anything to Chelsea. He has been written off before he even got there. Let's be fair, but Chelsea fans are going to stick by him because it's Lamps.
In fairness, actually, I think Chelsea fans wrote him off before he come there. I think Chelsea fans were annoyed that they hired him.
Oh, really?
From what I saw, I think they wanted a more experienced manager, and now obviously they love him.
Well, yeah, I mean,
when he started the 4-0 to United.
Yeah, but that was the first game, wasn't it? That was the first game.
But it's Chelsea fans, isn't it?
It's the first game of the season at Old Trafford as well.
They wanted Di Matteo fired 3 weeks after winning the Champions League, you know.
Yeah, again, that's ridiculous and all. The Fred transfer really did come out of nowhere for me. I was
Fred was one of the players that Mourinho really wanted.
He's hardly played for United.
And he come in and he just looked, well, as I say, I think I said this before. He's got no strength. His passing's appalling. He can't defend. What's the point of him playing in the Premier League?
Yep, fair one.
It's as simple as that.
I can't argue with it because I don't watch Fred enough. Obviously, because he doesn't play that often.
He got the ball in the counter attack. There was a perfect ball on for Mata, and he just turned around. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But I think Mata runs around a bit, but you can see he's just not what he was.
He's quite old now, though, isn't he, Mata?
30, 31, 32. I could literally that night. It took me ages to get to sleep because all I could think about was what every player that was pissing me off.
Jakey's been wanting to do this since we started this tonight. Literally, all he's been doing is he's almost been reverting to Man United on everything. So I knew this was coming. And I'm going to let him have his rant because I get my rants when it's Arsenal not doing so well.
So I said this before and I say it again. If Man United sap Solskjaer, we're going backwards. What are we going to get in? We got two choices really that has been linked with Allegri for Juventus.
No,
have one of the best Juventus teams in a while.
No, I don't know whether...
He was at Juventus. He left there last season.
Arsenal were linked with him as well.
But you have one of the best Juventus teams you could see, and they got knocked out at the same stage as United.
I don't think he's proven enough, mate, in my opinion.
And Tuchel, who's currently at PSG, and I'm thinking PSG got knocked out by a weak Man United team last season in the Champions League.
I think that you've got to ease up off Rashford.
I think...
I think. Shall I tell you what needs to happen with Rashford, mate? He needs to be fucking rested.
I think the thing that's getting me is Rashford's getting the same treatment as Rooney. People are expecting Rashford to carry Man United, and he's not good enough to do that at the moment.
I don't think he's the type of forward.
He's running and he's chasing down him and James.
In my opinion, I don't think Rashford
definitely needs a break.
It's the type of forward.
I think we need to give Greenwood a couple of chances in the Premier League, see what he can do.
I'm not sure on Greenwood yet myself.
I'm not sure.
I think Rashford... I know, I did see it, Flawless. I think Rashford is one of those forwards that will play better with a big forward. I don't think Rashford is a very good forward on his own. Rashford is better running at players rather than his back to players.
I think Rashford's lost his confidence up top. I think when he was playing out on the wing, you could see he had a lot more confidence coming in.
I agree with you massively, and that's why I don't think that Rashford. He's not a central forward player. He is better off either being as the number 9 or out wide, where he gets a chance to run at people. That's where Rashford is in his prime. I don't think Rashford is a single striker type player. I think that he needs, if he's going to play
be
up
in the Premier
top,
League, you need to have a lot more physicality and strength. And I think he's got that, but he's not as strong as the centre backs that the Premier League have.
You know, Lukaku and him worked well because he tended to play off Lukaku because Lukaku done all the dirty work for him. Because Lukaku is that that strong and that type of striker. And then obviously Lukaku pops up every now and again and puts the ball in the back of the net himself because he's that type of striker. But your Rashfords are those that are creative, that play off those type of big guys. Now all of a sudden you're asking Rashford to be that big guy, and he's not. I think
United.
But the problem is
you try and change up the way they're trying to do things. But
well, you didn't
Rashford
replace
barely saw the
Lukaku,
ball.
did you?
Well, obviously, no.
That's the biggest problem, mate. Is you didn't replace Lukaku with a striker that, you know, like a big ass striker, not necessarily immobile, but like
I don't think Man United need a big ass striker. I think they sort of.
I think you need
chances,
a striker though.
I think they need someone like that can come in.
Yeah, I don't think that Rashford is a central. I don't think he's that man, mate. I think, as you said, I think Rashford, because look, for England, yeah, Rashford's always played out wide because we've always had Kane.
Yeah.
You know,
well, he's either played out wide or off Kane.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what I mean. Like playing off Kane, because Kane's that big ass striker that does the dirty work, does the heading, does the physicality stuff really, really well. Rashford relishes with that. It's like me, mate. Yeah, if I play up top on a Saturday on my own, yeah, the size of me, I'm 5'8" and a gnat stick. Yeah, I'm shit.
You've been a bit generous there, wouldn't you?
I was being a little bit generous. Yeah, can I not have like the gnat stick at least? I play worse when I'm asked to be a lone striker with two high wingers. I play worse like that because, one, the centre halves are usually 6 foot plus. Two, doesn't matter how high I jump, those 6 foot plus defenders can always jump higher than me. Three, I play better off, so I play better in the cam role, and I usually play up top with a bigger, taller striker, and I play off him. And I feel like, although Rashford's very tall, he's not very strong. I just feel that Rashford is very similar to me, mate.
I think he'll never be as strong as a Premier League centre-back. That's where the struggle is.
And that's exactly what I mean, mate. I think he needs another striker to play off. And I don't mean another striker as in like an Aguero. That just wouldn't work.
No, it does need to be a bigger man.
Bigger man, or
I think
he plays
when
out
he's
wide.
On that wing,
yeah.
When he's out on that wing, him and James, and we have Martial, we were creating chances for the striker.
So Martial was playing through the middle, was he?
Martial was playing through the middle, and there was sort of him and Rashford were sort of rotating depending on the runs and how the passes.
So where's Martial now? Is he injured?
He's injured at the moment.
See,
he is injured.
Hang on a minute. It's alright. I thought I could hear crying, and I can. It's Annabelle. So, a man like Mandzukic, that's the type of man I mean.
I think Mandzukic would struggle in the Premier League, though.
I massively agree with you. I don't think Mandzukic is the right man, but I think Flawless is on the right lines of what I'm trying to say, whereby Mandzukic could be that man for Rashford, not Mandzukic himself.
Like I said, I saw the like.
But like you know, like a Batshuayi or something like that, you know, not him, but a big fucking tank, but a mobile one.
Yeah.
Lukaku got too much timber for my liking come the end of.
I think Lukaku sort of gave up.
Yeah. And I don't think that's what you need. You don't need. You need a striker that's still going to potentially get you goals. Because like the likes of Mandzukic, mate. I mean, he pops up and pings in a goal for you right at the most important part.
What's he called?
And
Mourinho
Lewandowski.
Took so much. Oh, he'd never get Lewandowski.
No, but that type.
Sort of like that, yeah.
You know what I mean? That type of player. That's what I believe you need.
That's a surprise.
What's that?
Lloris doesn't need surgery. I thought he would. I thought he would have.
That is actually really good. Yeah, I'm surprised. So it literally, it must have just been a complete. So I presume there's not any permanent ligament damage either.
I think the problem with Lukaku is Mourinho took so much confidence out of the attacking players that by the time Mourinho had gone, even then Lukaku just wanted to leave United.
You should do predictions for each Champions League week. The only problem is, mate, is that would take us. I have to do the scenes. It would take. I just about.
We do it on a Wednesday as well, so by the time we do it, it's like.
Yeah, it's already like done. We can't do it on a Monday because
Well, sometimes Premier League's still going on the Monday, isn't it?
yeah. And then the Tuesday I've got my kids, which is why we tend to do it on the Wednesday now. Thursdays Jakey's unavailable, and Fridays sometimes I have my kids overnight. So again, not always available. So this is literally the only day really that we can guarantee sort of nail it on. I think Monkey likes my idea of a mobile tank.
I think Flawless, he could be back by February, but I don't imagine he will be. I think that's what Wayne was trying to say on that one.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Hey, how's it going, Fly? Sorry, Matt, didn't even notice that. How you doing, bud? Must have only just come in because I've been.
I looked at Twitch for a little while, I must admit.
I looked at it, but it must have only just come in. So Flatty's probably still kicking around. Yeah, the number's just gone to 4, so I presume that he is still there. How's it going, buddy? Right. Yeah. Let's be honest though. Regardless of where Rashford plays, so if Rashford plays out wide, Martial through the middle. Now that for me would probably work, to be fair, because Martial is a little bit more physical than Rashford. He's got a little bit more. I think
the other thing is at the minute we got Pereira, who's not as quick, so there's not as much power pace going down the wing, which is what sort of why with Martial, Rashford, and James. There's a lot more direct running at the defence instead of having to try and pass the ball around, which is where the chances are struggling to be created.
I don't think the only problem at the moment, though, is who do you play up top.
I think the problem at the minute is in midfield. I personally believe that Pogba should be playing attacking.
I agree, mate. I think that there's too much.
He doesn't work in that holding midfield role, and I think we just need to buy ourselves a holding midfielder. I think Tuanzebe and Maguire could be a solid defence. Wan-Bissaka's really good, and obviously without Shaw, we're much weaker on the left-hand side with Young.
Yeah, is Shaw injured again?
Yeah, I don't know what his injury is, but he's been out for a while.
Mate, he's always injured, that kid.
You got unlucky with that
James
leg break.
Stick him up top, but the leg break was unfortunate, mate. I will agree with that. But there's the problem of him already being targeted. I think you lose a lot of Daniel James if you put him up through the middle, mate. It'd be the same as Rashford. I think
Daniel James, I must admit, will be pointless through the middle at the moment.
I just think that you'd lose a lot of what he gives you. His creativity is phenomenal. I think if you put him with his back to goal, I think you lose a lot of what Daniel James does. It's the same with Rashford. As soon as Rashford's back towards goal, like Rashford relishes on running through players, not necessarily linking and then moving. Playing up top with your back to goal is very, very different than playing on the wing. The reason I know this for sure is because I got put on the ring on Saturday and I was completely out of my comfort zone, if I'm honest, because I'm used to my back to goal. However, I do prefer to run through players, if you like, so I prefer to come from deeper. But the wing is a very, very... I'm much more of a central player than I am a wing player, put it that way. And I think you'd lose a lot of Daniel James's creativity from the wing. Don't say Greenwood. Oh, no. Greenwood's not your man.
At the moment, if we're not starting Rashford up top and Martial's injured, our only other choice is Greenwood.
Well, he's your only other striker. Because Rashford's not a striker. He's a winger. He's a high-flying winger. That's how I've always looked at Rashford. I've never looked at Rashford as a Lacazette, an Aguero, and Lukaku.
I think when he came in, he definitely looked like a striker. And I think where he was shunted out on the wing to make sure he played, he sort of lost his striking instincts.
Yeah, fair one, mate. Fair one. Hey, how's it going, buddy? How are you doing? Welcome back. I think that's it from us, Jakey.
I think that's for that bit, yeah.
I think that's it anyway, mate. Is it?
Got the predictions.
Boom. Here we go. I forgot about these. Jesus, these 4 scenes have taken us 2 hours, Jakey. We've done well here, haven't we?
We've managed to keep our chat going, haven't we?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm really good, thanks, mate. This is I don't believe you've been in on this before. Obviously, you've seen the FIFA stuff that I do, but yeah. So this is a football talk show that we do every Wednesday. It's not too bad. Unfortunately for you, you've come in on International Week, which is shit. Me and Jakey hate International Week. And also right at the very, very end of it. So this is the last scene, unfortunately. It annoys me that Man City have a complete awesome sub bench. Yeah, but they've got fucking loads of money, mate. You go and spend your money on one player. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, they got someone that can actually negotiate transfers. That's a different point.
There one. Right, so our week. This is not week 9. This is week 10. So that's a complete and utter fuck up by Chewy there. I do apologise. Just can't get the staff, can you, Jakey? Yeah. So this is not week 9. This is week 10 predictions. So obviously it's International Week as usual. We pick England, Scotland, and Wales as our fixtures. That's because Jakey is racist to the Irish. What, Jakey? What?
I think that's a bit unfair.
jakehills@gmail.com if you want to mail him if you're from Ireland.
Incorrect email address. I feel sorry for the original owner of jakehills@gmail.com if any Irish people wish to attack that.
Right, so we're going for Czech Republic versus England.
I think we smashed Czech Republic at our place. And obviously, I think I said this earlier on, Czech Republic are always a team that you never know what's going to happen, but 3-1.
And I've gone for a 2-0. Bulgaria versus England.
We smashed them 5-0. We scored the first goal, and
I
then
think
they
it's going to
sort
be
of
hostile out
got a
there.
bit scared. They got a bit scared. There is room. Well, they've had problems with racism in Bulgaria. I think England has said if there's any racism, they're just going to walk off the pitch.
Oh, what they've actually put? They've
I think they said
claim
that
to
if they hear racist channel or whatever, they're just going to go no. From what I've seen.
But then they win, don't they?
Well, they don't get what they paid for. But they've paid for a football match, and if the players walk off and the match gets abandoned or whatnot,
yeah, fair one.
That'll be behind closed doors, and they won't get to watch it then. But yeah, I reckon England beating 5-0. We scored 1 goal. They got scared, and then we scored 4 more.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hostile out there.
3-0.
So if this game gets abandoned, then I wouldn't be surprised. However, let's hope it doesn't.
No.
I've also gone for a 3-0. Russia versus Scotland.
I think Russia beat them 3-1 at their place. Let me have a quick look. Which is why I went with.
It's going to be cold as well, isn't it, in Russia at the moment?
Yeah. Matches.
Oh, it's going to be
Russia. Where is it? Russia beat them 2-1 at Scotland's place. So that's why I've gone with a 3-0.
Oh, Abraham said that, did he?
Abraham, I think it was, yeah.
Abraham probably won't even start. It's a shame because me and Jakey want him to. I've gone for a 2-0 Russia. I think Russia would be too good for Scotland, personally. Scotland versus San Marino. Literally the worst country.
I think Scotland struggled to break them down beforehand. And,
really?
I've got the results up here.
You look way too much into this, Jakey. No wonder you're smashing me every week.
Well, I just think these brain cells, which is even more surprising.
I don't believe you for a minute.
Scotland beat them 2-0 away. They struggled actually in that one. I remember seeing some of it. But yeah, 2-0 again.
I've gone 3-0. Slovakia versus Wales.
I think if I remember correctly, we looked at the tables last time, and this group is all over the shop. It could go any way.
Literally could go anyway.
I think, I've gone with a 1-1 draw. Slovakia are a hard team to play. And obviously they're away, so who knows what's going to happen. That's why I'm for a 1-1.
And I've gone for a 2-1 Wales. I mean, again, that could easily be 2-1 Slovakia.
Yeah.
Slovakia aren't the worst team in the world, to be fair. They're pretty decent. I'd like to think that Wales do okay. They've got some decent up-and-coming youngsters coming through, so fingers crossed they'll do alright. Wales versus Croatia.
So, as I say, the group's up in the air. Croatia got beaten by Kazakhstan. Did they get beaten or was it a draw? I can't remember. Last time out. And I reckon Wales, they're a good side at home,
This is Jakey's
and they're going to
prediction.
need a win. So
This
it's a
is Jakey's
2-1 to
prediction.
Wales.
Who YYH Games thinks that's an interesting prediction.
It is indeed. It's a bold one, that's a certain.
It is a very bold prediction because I think
Croatia at home won 2-1 to Wales. But this, let's see if I can find the group.
I don't think that Wales are going to be strong enough to beat Croatia, mate. I really don't. I've gone for a 3-1 win for Croatia because I think Croatia are going to be far too good for Wales. That's no disrespect to Wales. I just think Croatia are a better country.
So at the minute, Croatia have got one loss, one draw, but they drew with Azerbaijan.
They drew with Azerbaijan,
who are bottom of the group, and that's Azerbaijan's only 1 point.
I should have looked at the groups because that could have.
But at the minute, if so yeah, so it's a close group, and it's gonna come down to the wire, I reckon, that one. And yeah.
1-1 with Azerbaijan.
But Croatia have.
Wow,
Croatia have lost a game. Who did they lose to?
Slovakia.
Hungary.
They lost to Hungary.
They lost to Hungary.
What is going on with the Croatians? This is the team that knocked us out of the World Cup, for fuck's sake. They drew with Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Lost to Hungary.
So at the minute, Croatia are on 10 points from 5. Slovakia are on 9 from 5. Hungary are on 9 from 5. And Wales are on 6 from 4.
Jesus, man, that group's horrid.
And then Azerbaijan are on 1 point from 5.
Yeah, against Croatia. Wow. So that's our predictions for this week. Obviously, it is week 10, not week 9. That's my fault because I've got the week 9 from there, look. And... oh, didn't bother changing it because I'm an idiot. Right? Right? Can't believe they fucking lost to Hungary. Hungary. Who else have Hungary beat?
Let me just find
Won
them.
another game.
They've won 3. I think they've beaten Wales. They beat Wales at home. They beat Croatia at home, and they beat Azerbaijan away. But
They beat Wales at home.
Yeah, Hungary were at home.
Oh, Hungary.
So they won. Yeah, they've won 2 at. They're 2 at home, 1 away, and lost 1 away. Hang on, they played 5. Oh, they've lost to Slovakia twice, both times.
Is Slovakia top of that group then?
No.
Who is?
Croatia. Croatia are top on 10. Slovakia and Hungary both on 9 points.
Wales
Oh,
on
that
6.
means- And Wales are on 6, yeah.
Azerbaijan are on 1. That's all over the shop, that group.
Yeah, I think we said it last time. It's a mental
Literally
group.
everyone is beating everybody. Apart from... yeah, even Slovakia are beating everyone.
Hungary? I don't actually know what players they've got. Let's see if I can find it.
They need to drug test the Hungary squad, right? Wow. That group is all over the shop.
They've got some good players, Hungary. I don't know who's actually in their national team at the moment.
They used to have players like... Didn't Stoichkov? No, that's Bulgaria, isn't it?
They got a few I recognise. I don't know. They got Balasidzak, but I don't know if he's still playing. Adam Slazai, I think he's playing in the Bundesliga. Galashki is a goalkeeper. I recognise that name. Tamas Kadar's pretty decent.
Mate, I don't recognise any of those names.
There's Dominic Sobzlai. I think he's been linked with Arsenal. He's like 17.
Been linked with Arsenal.
Yeah, he's fairly decent. From Football Manager, anyway.
We don't need him.
He's an attacking midfielder. He's playing for Salzburg, so, Salzburg
really?
pretty decent, yeah.
Yeah, fair one. Okay. Does he start, though?
He's played 2 in the Champions League, 7 in Austria, so he's played every Champions League game so far.
Yeah, they're
he's
not
18.
Bad. Okay, interesting. I'll take it all back.
Hungary got some decent players. Croatia are suffering...
age, innit?
Yeah, they're obviously an aging squad, and this was probably their golden time, was that World Cup.
Yeah, well, Mandzukic is getting on. Rakitic is getting on. Modric is getting on. Lovren's getting on.
Not Lovren. Lovren was the reason they conceded against
Really?
Azerbaijan. He just sort of let the guy walk past him.
Yeah, see, you are right, mate. That squad is aging bad.
Yeah.
So I can understand where your thought process is coming from on that, to be fair. But that's it for tonight, Jakey. That is a wrap, my
It is
son.
indeed.
We have managed to drag out 2 hours and 15 minutes with 4 slides, which is pretty impressive. I think that mainly the main chat was on about Man United, to be fair.
Well, the England squad took us over an hour when we were doing that bit.
Oh, were we?
Yeah, it was a good hour 15, something like that.
Go on. Need to get Muriel, super sub. You said about Muriel. Oh. Not about FIFA. Right, yeah. So that is a wrap. Thanks everybody for stopping by, much appreciated. Hopefully I will see you next time. Not sure when that's going to be now. It'll be Friday night. I do know when it's going to be. It's going to be Friday night. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be playing because as it stands, there's fuck all SBCs on. I'm not going to make the weekend league, and to be honest with you, after seeing Team of the Week, I don't care for weekend league this week. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Maybe do some FIFA because obviously I still need to hopefully qualify for weekend league for next weekend. But yeah, apart from that, I will see you Friday evening with something. I'm not entirely sure what yet. But yeah, thanks a lot for stopping by, guys. Thanks a lot for interacting. It's much appreciated. Finally, we didn't have no interaction to be apart from Wayne over the England squad. So yeah, it was me and Jakey just pretty much picking our England squad. But hey, you know, onwards and upwards. And like I say, hopefully, guys, I will see you all Friday. Bye bye for now.
See ya.